We welcome you to Greenville, South Carolina. It is ESPN College Football action here on ESPN Plus. It's Presbyterian taking on Furman. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Brock Bowling alongside Cole Neely. And Cole, these two teams in week one last week each had great wins. Now trying to keep up the momentum here in week two.
Yeah, you look at Presbyterian, had a really great game against a top 25 team at Mercer and winning that game. And then you look at Furman, played a really good game against William and Mary, got some get back from last season. So both two teams are looking to further their success this season.
Let's take a look at our players to watch. We start with Presbyterian and keep an eye on wide receiver number 1, Dominic Kibbe.
Yeah, Kibbe is a really tall, athletic receiver, 6'1", and he had 9 receptions and 114 yards last week in that win against Mercer. They're going to look to find him early and often and get him on some one-on-one matchups. So this will be an exciting battle for him.
And for the Furman Paladins, we'll keep an eye on defensive back number 1, Talon Blaylock.
Yeah, Blaylock, I mean, he had a heck of a game last week. Seeing that pick 6 early in the game, then having that PBU to seal the Paladin win last week. They're going to look to get some of those zone drops, get him active, and then also continue to pick off the quarterback because he's going to throw that ball fast.
The head coach for Presbyterian is Steve Englehart in his 4th season at the school. 12 wins, 23 losses in his career there. Former head coach at the Division II ranks for 7 years. Played quarterback at Indiana State in the mid to late 90s. And for the Furman Paladins, the head coach is Clay Hendricks. His 9th season as the head coach. He played at Furman in the 80s, former assistant coach for 2 decades. Now the head coach in his 9th season, coaching at his alma mater. Here's a look at the series history presented by KW Beverage. 57th all-time meeting. Furman leads the series big. Last meeting 11 years ago in Clinton, South Carolina, won by the Blue Hose 10-7. Presbyterian will receive the opening kickoff. Furman to kick it away. Furman in the gray uniforms, the purple numbers. Ian Williams, the kicker, boots it away, and away we go here from Greenville, and it sails out of the end zone, a touchback, and Presbyterian will have the ball first and 10 at its own 25 to begin the game. So the Presbyterian College Blue Hose, 1-0 on the season, coming off a big upset win on the road at nationally ranked Mercer last week, winning that game 15-10. A big surprise in the FCS scoreboard last weekend. Presbyterian 1-0. So is Furman. You see Colin Hurst, the quarterback, his numbers last week against Mercer, very impressive in the 15-10 win. PC, 1st and 10. Hurst has got a throw. First play of the game, pass is intercepted by Furman on the first play of the game. It's intercepted by Billy Lewis, his first interception of the season.
Yeah, right there. That's exactly what you want to see from the Paladin defense. Brock, in my notes, how I have this being, it's going to be on the Presbyterian offense versus the Paladin defense. Whoever can take control of the game will end up winning the game. And there you go. First play, Presbyterian decides to take a shot, got 2 crosser routes. And then Furman does a great job just dropping back their linebacker, and he's going to make a play on the ball, tips it, and then captures the ball for an interception. Couldn't ask for a better start.
So the first play from scrimmage, an interception, a takeaway by the Furman defense, and Furman in great field position, 1st and 10 at its own 48. Trey Hedden, the quarterback for Furman, calling the signals in the shotgun. 1st and 10, a quick throw. Pass is caught by Evan James. James making men miss, and he gets up to the midfield stripe at the 50, and a gain of about 2. Quarterback for Furman is Trey Hedden. In his sophomore season, his numbers last week, pretty impressive numbers, 21 of 29. Passing and 135 passer rating last week at the win over William and Mary. Quick handoff. Gavin Hall, who came around late last year for the team. He gains a few yards. He's up to the 46. Let's take a look at our impact players brought to you by Bon Secours. And for Presbyterian, we'll keep an eye on Caleb Francis on defense, and Malik Horlback. And for Furman, Gavin Hall, the running back, Evan James, the wide receiver. 3rd down and 4, head and throws, pass is caught. Joshua Burrell, backup tight end. He makes the catch. He has the 1st down, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, right now you can see the Paladins are in rhythm. Really great read by Trey Hedden. They're going to have 3 curls to the right side of the field. Hedden puts the ball exactly where it needs to be, continues to move the chains.
Hedden under center this time. The toss play. It's to the toss play to the wide receiver, Evan James, and James gains a few yards, about 5, brings up 2nd down.
And right now, Brock, what you can see, what I'm really liking to see from the Paladin offense, they're running the football already at an effective rate, getting those yards, 4 or 5 yards a pop. That's exactly where they need to be at if they wanted to establish themselves as more of a balanced offense.
Gavin Hall gets the run, and he is inside the 15, down to the 17-yard line. This is one category Cole last year. The running game just did not do much last year, under 1,000 yards rushing as a team. That's something that's gotten a little bit better here in the first couple games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's something I know that had to be an emphasis to get better at. I mean, Coach Hendricks, he got into the transfer portal, got some guys that can really run block and find those lanes and those avenues for those running backs to crease it and create big positive gains like that.
Gavin Hall again gets the carry, his 3rd carry of the day. He's inside the 20. And he goes down to about the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, just continue to hand the ball off. Just find those creases, find those holes, because the offensive line are doing a great job just opening up a hole, and Gavin Hall is just taking what they give them, what he's given, and he's hitting that thing running.
James and Hester Jr. lined up wide to the right. Hedden, 2nd down and 4, quick throw, left side, pass is caught by Jakeith Hamilton, wide receiver, gains a couple, down to the 15-yard line, brings up 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, so right here in the replay, you're going to see they're going to go into 11 personnel here with their 1 running back and 1 tight end. We're going to find this guy on the out right there, and just sitting there in that zone coverage, if you can find those weak spots, and Trey Hedden's done a great job of that over the last 2 games, and now here, find those weak spots in those zones, and he's hitting his receivers right when he needs to. Really good awareness. You can see he's grown up from last season so far.
They're going to give him forward progress, which was enough for the 1st down. So new set of downs, 1st and 10. Gavin Hall again, breaking tackles into the goal line area. Is he in? They say yes, he's in. Touchdown. Furman, Gavin Hall, his 1st rushing touchdown of the season, and Furman is up 6.
I mean, Brock, I don't think you could have asked for a better opening from the Paladins. Already with defense getting the pick to start off, and then the offense just methodically getting down the field. So right here, looks like it could have been an RPO, just an inside handoff. And then Gavin Hall making the guy miss, bumbling and stumbling into the end zone. That's exactly what this Paladin offense has been missing, some explosiveness in the run game, and they finally found it so far in this ball game to open up.
Ian Williams, the reigning national FCS Special Teams Player of the Week, on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And we get a timeout of the field. 11:22 to go in the opening quarter. An interception by Furman, a drive and a touchdown run by Gavin Hall. Furman at home leads it by 7. Back in Greenville, time to take a look at our keys to the game, sponsored by BMW. What do you have, Cole?
Yeah, you talk about time of possession. That's something when we talked to Coach Englehart. He said that that's going to be key for them to really control this game. They have to control the clock. They got to have the ball in their hands. And you talk about explosive plays. One, Presbyterian has to create them, and they got to take those away from the Paladin offense. So far, they have not done that at all. But again, it's only been one drive. It's only been one play. Presbyterian has to get back on the horse and get something going.
Ian Williams kicks it away. It is deep and too deep to return. It sails out of the end zone. Touchback again. Presbyterian gets the ball back, 1st and 10 at his own 25. And on its first play from scrimmage in this quarter, PC threw an interception. Now it has its 2nd play of the game from on offense from scrimmage coming up here in a moment. So Colin Hurst, quarterback, back in there again, the shotgun. Here's a look at our impact players, brought to you by Bon Secours. For Presbyterian on offense, Antonio Wright, Dominic Kibbe, and for the Furman defense, Joshua Stoneking and Caleb Williams. Antonio Wright runs up the middle, Gains a few yards, gains 5 up to the 30, brings up second down and 5. We talked to PC head coach Steve Englehart before the game. He said Antonio Wright is probably the most well-rounded back on this team. He can run the football, he's good at pass protection, he can catch the football. Really good on the edges as well.
Yeah, he can do it all. I mean, he's a talented player. They have a lot of talented players on this offense, and we're going to see a lot of them show themselves throughout the game.
Over the middle, it's batted away and incomplete. As number 6, Caleb Williams got a hand in there and broke up the pass, and just like that, it's third down.
Yeah, so the Paladin defense has transformed from what it used to be. It used to be much more of a 3-4 look. Now, Dwayne Vaughn and Chad Byers, they've changed that philosophy to have 3 safeties to play in the defense. Really, they can alternate between their looks. If they want to have a little bit more of that 3-3-5 look, or they want to play more of a 4-2-5, that nickel, they use that extra defender to be able to mix and match on their coverages, be able to kind of help them out. That way they're not trying to get guys on and off the field.
3rd and 5. Here's Hurst quickly over the middle. Pass is caught by the tight end, Nathan Levicki, and he has enough for the first down. They'll move the chains.
And right there, what you're going to see, the ball's going to come out quick when it comes to Colin Hurst, and that's something that Presbyterian has been prided over this last week. The ball's going to come out quick. If he finds something and he sees that his receiver has set into his zone and his assignment, that ball's going to roll out quick. And right there, you're going to see a hitch route right there perfectly. Ball's delivered, and then there's a first down.
New set of downs for the Blue Hose. 1st and 10. Little trickeration play. Dariel Harper, I should say. Dariel Harper out of bounds. A penalty flag comes flying in. Out of bounds at around the 46. Penalty flag comes in. And we'll check the penalty.
Looks like it's going to go against Presbyterian, so that play's coming back.
Personal foul. Inside ball. Number 1 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. Spot. Replay second down.
So personal foul on, I believe he said, Jaden Scott.
Looks like a blindside block is what they're going to call right there, and it's a good call. Obviously, the defender doesn't see it coming, so you can't do that anymore. That rule's been in place for a good amount of time now. Really hate to see that for the Blue Hose, because they had a really good play to start off this series with that reverse.
So now 1st down at 18. Here's Zach Switzer trying to turn the corner, trying to get to the edge, being chased and forced out of bounds at the 33-yard line, a pickup of about 3.
And another player we really have to keep an eye out on is Switzer. I mean, he is explosive. He can change the gears really quick. He's one of those guys where, yes, he's dangerous in the run game, but if he gets out on a pass, he can be even more lethal. He used to be a slot receiver before he transferred to Presbyterian. He learned the ways of being a running back, and he's been dynamic ever since.
Pickup of 3 brings up second down and 15 for the Blue Hose. Zach Switzer, his number is called again, goes up the middle, and he goes almost nowhere. Gains maybe half a yard. That's about it. He's shy of the 35-yard line, brings up 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, so they're going to go again with an inside run. Paladins do a good job of winning their blocks, collapsing the run. No one's getting anywhere. Not enough drive from the Presbyterian offensive line, making it very easy for the Paladin defense to get in and make a tackle, limiting the gain to maybe a yard.
I said 3rd and 4. I meant to say 3rd and 14. Brings up 3rd down 14 here for the Blue Hose. Must reach the 48-yard line for the first down. Quick throw, passes incomplete through the hands of Sincere Gill. Quick throw by Hurst, goes awry, incomplete. Then again, the Furman defense first getting an interception in the first play of the game, and now getting a stop on D again.
Yeah, so they're going to try to run a tunnel screen here, and really Sincere Gill might owe his quarterback a sincere apology because it went right through his hands, and usually my rule, Brock, if the ball hits you in the hands, you got to grab it no matter what. And right there, missed opportunity is 4th down, and the Paladins, who've already surged on their first series, get the ball again.
Thatcher Hutton will punt it away here for the Blue Hose. Taylor Blaylock back to receive the punt, and he will make the catch on the run at the 29. Gains a few yards up to about the 35-yard line. This is where Furman will take over when we come back. Time out of the field. 8:58 to go in the opening quarter. Furman leading Presbyterian in this intra-state rivalry 7-0 on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, Brock and Cole with you. Cole, let's take a look at our keys to the game for Furman, presented by BMW.
Yeah, so we've already seen the Paladins, one is to generate pressure. They've done a good job of that so far. Haven't really led to a sack just yet, but they're starting to collapse that pocket a little bit more, forcing the ball to come out quicker than what it usually has been. And then two is run the football. And so far, Furman's done a good job of that. I don't want to jinx it, but they might be on to something from here on out.
Eden dumps it off. Pass caught by number 17, Jackson Pryor, starting tight end. He makes the catch, gains a few yards, up to the 41.
Yeah, just pretty much just a simple rollout pass. And Hedden, he's come a long way from his freshman year, being a lot more patient, a lot calmer under pressure, just takes his time going through his reads, doesn't try to force a throw, but just makes the right play.
Wide receiver on the carry. It's Evan James, has the first down and more inside the 50. Inside PC territory to the 47. Good enough for a first down.
Yeah, just another really good play again in the run game. You can see right now they're just doing a really fantastic job of capturing the edges, and then that way is releasing these holes or opening up for the running backs to get free. And they're just going to continue to run the football here, and there's a big play. Stop it.
Jaquan Smith gets the carry. Almost lost a yard. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gained one. He's down to the 46.
And Brock, throughout the game, you're going to see Presbyterian run a lot of different run stunts to try to get back there and cause these negative gains or no gains in the run game. Like that.
Late handoff to Smith again. He is stopped for a loss of the play, a loss of one.
So again, you're going to see another run stunt that's going to happen. You're going to get pressure. No one's able to pick up the blocks. And what I would suggest right here, what I would like to see is them go a little bit more zone on their run scheme, because if they do that, they're going to be able to capture some of those linebackers that are blitzing or those defensive linemen that are running stunts, and they can crease it, and then they'll get their running back free for a big home run play.
Passing down opportunity here. 3rd down and 12 for the Paladins. Hedden quickly throws. Passes caught by Jakeith Hamilton. He is shy of the first down marker. He's down to the 39-yard line, 2 yards shy, brings up 4th down.
And this is kind of no man's land for Coach Hendricks, so you best believe they're going to go for it on 4th down. He's going to get on the slant route to get a lot of those yards back. So you're looking at maybe a 4th and 3. Curious to see what the play call is going to be.
4 wide receivers to make it 5 wide receivers now. Empty backfield for Hedden. 4th down and 3. And what do we have? A whistle.
Timeout.
Timeout.
Presbyterian takes a timeout.
Get some time to think about it.
There's a look at the Furman Paladins. We talked to head coach Clay Hendricks before the game. He was really happy with the team's win last Saturday against William & Mary. He said he was really pleased with the performance of his special teams unit, Cole. He felt that was the difference in the game. He felt his team played well enough on offense and defense to win the game, but said that getting that good start against the Tribe last week was key, especially the pick 6 by Taylor Blaylock at the start of the game.
Yeah, anytime you can start off the season with a win, it's good momentum going into week 2. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of things that you can fix that has to be improved within practice, that you get stuff on tape. Because, Brock, it's different when you're playing two-hand touch on your quarterback throughout practice, but when you're actually able to get after somebody full speed when the bullets are really flying, you kind of get more of an idea of what you really got.
Furman changed its mind, not going to go for it on 4th and 3. Short punt here by Ian Williams. It sails into the end zone. It's a touchback. Presbyterian gets the ball back. It's 3rd possession here in the 3rd quarter, but so far the PC offense has not done much in the 1st quarter of the game.
No, not much yet. But again, what you're wanting to see from Presbyterian, they got to find ways to take advantage of what the Paladins are giving them. So if they're going to run more, more zone looks, those receivers got to find ways to settle into those zones, find those little pockets that's not being covered. And then Colin Hurst, he has to be able to find that. He has to find those little pockets. He has to get his receivers going. This is a spread team. They like to get the ball out a lot, but they also can run the football. They like to run it power a little bit, run some option, but they had to figure out what works for them.
Hurst quickly throws, pass is caught. Making the catch, number 6, B.J. Atkins for PC. Gains about 6, brings up second down.
And what you'll notice, too, with Hurst, he'll always look a little bit for those drag routes, trying to find his receivers. If there's nothing there, that's usually where his go-to is. If that pressure's starting to get to him, if he has nowhere else to go, he's looking for that drag route.
Gain of 6, second down and 4 for PC. Handoff, Justin Montgomery has the first down and more. He's into Furman territory. Down the sideline he goes, inside the 30, inside the 20, and forced out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Huge run by Justin Montgomery, and the first down of the game for PC.
And we talked about keys of the game for Presbyterian is to be able to have explosive plays. So they're just going to run a counter here. And this a really great job by the offensive lineman just capturing those backers, and it just opens up a huge hole for the running back to skirt through. I mean, man, he was gone. It just got caught a little bit, got a little gassed. We'll see what they'll do here.
Montgomery again. Inside the 15, down to the 12. Yeah, head coach Steve Englehart said before the game one of the keys for his team would be to limit Furman's explosive plays and have explosive plays of PC zone make a difference, and that was the first big play we saw for either team here today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a huge run to start off. I mean, you know, they can find some type of rhythm with the run game and the pass game. Presbyterian is a lethal team. I mean, yes, last week they played a really great game against Mercer, and it was not a fluke by any means because they dominated them on all facets of the game.
Backup quarterback Tyler Englehart, the son of head coach Steve Englehart, in the shotgun. He goes up the middle, gains a couple, inside the 15, down to the 13.
Try to go for quarterback draw, nothing there. Get your playmaker back at quarterback.
So Englehart goes out of the game. Colin Hurst, starting QB, is back in. 7-0 Furman, 4.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter, but PC is driving. Big play here, 3rd down and 6.
Low red zone, got to look for Dominic Kibbe.
Play action. Hurst, all kinds of time, throws into the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Presbyterian. Sincere Gill makes the touchdown grab. His first touchdown reception of the season.
And that's a really good play call and design by Presbyterian. He's just going to leak behind the zone, finds that pocket where no one's covering him. And you can see in the far back end, you got the safety. Doesn't do a good job of matching and covering Sincere, and he's able to score. What the Paladins have to do a little bit better job at, if they're going to play this match coverage, they got to be able to really cover these guys and not let them get free in their zones. And that's exactly what happened in the low red zone.
Jet Jackson on for the extra point. It is good. And we get a timeout on the field. 4:15 to go in the opening quarter. It's Furman and PC tied at 7. We're back after this on ESPN+. Back here in Greenville. Beautiful day for college football. Sunny, a little bit warm. The fans are out in full effect. Tied at 7 here in the first quarter, 4:15 to go in the opening frame. And Cole, the PC offense looked much better on its third drive of the game.
Yeah, well, they found their legs right there on that last drive. I mean, they just took it to them. You had the big run that pops everything open, and then just having that threat of the run game opens up the passing game, and you saw that's what led to that touchdown. So now you got to see how the Paladins respond and see what they can get cooking on offense.
Touchback for the PC kickoff team, and Furman will get the ball back. 1st and 10 at its own 25 here. Tied at 7, 4:15 to go in the opening quarter. You see the Furman Paladins. The defense got a big play in the first play of the game from scrimmaging. Interception. Furman scored the first touchdown of the game in the first quarter here. Now trying to break this 7-7 tie. 4:15 to go in the opening quarter. Gavin Hall, the running back, up the middle. Gains 5, just past the 30. Brings up second down.
Yeah, you're going to see Presbyterian. They started off in the 4-man look, and then they bumped them back, essentially giving them much more of a 3-3 look, then shooting the linebacker into that gap. Good job by Furman being able to pick that up in time. He didn't make the play, but able to get some yards out of that.
Hedden, quick throw. Pass is caught. Evan James, and James forward progress to the 33, brings up about 3rd and 2.
Really good tackle. I like the play design of it. You're sending Gavin Hall out there like you're going to throw a swing pass to him, but you're really throwing it to James to be able to get some quick yards. And so now you're staring at a 3rd and short, which is exactly where you want to be at when you're the Paladin offense.
3rd down and 2. Hedden, quick handoff up the middle. It'll be enough for a first down. They'll move the chains. Jaquan Smith, number 28, gets the carry. He needed 2, got about 2.5, and they'll move the sticks.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need much. You just got to be able to find where you can get those hard yards at, and right there, they're just going to run the ball inside zone. And what you want to see, you want to be able to see the backside of it. Got a false start.
Penalty flag comes flying in. A very frustrated Trey Hedden jumping up and down, frustrated about that call. Looks like he had the play.
5-yard penalty, remains first down.
False start on Furman, 5-yard penalty, now brings up first down and 15.
Yeah, I had a feeling Trey Hedden definitely had the look that he wanted. And right there, definitely had the look that he wanted, I think. And now he knows that he'll probably have to come back to that play later on. But, Brock, what I did not know is that the FCS have the green dots now. You guys can like talk to the coaches. I thought that was pretty cool, finding out that's now legal this year.
Jaquan Smith again. This time he stopped for a loss of about 2. Back to the 34-yard line. 2nd down and long coming up. 2:25 to go in the first quarter, tied at 7.
So when we look at the replay here, you're going to see guys coming off the backside making the play. What you're hoping you can make the adjustment is someone needs to be out there to have their eyes up and be able to pick up these blitzing defenders. That way is taking away those plays from being made by backside players that have no business making them.
Hedden, 2nd and 12. Here comes the pressure. He throws over the middle. Pass is caught by Kerry King. Backup wide receiver. He's past the 40, up to the 44-yard line. That's where they give him forward progress. Actually to the 45, brings up 3rd down and short.
Again, you're right back where you want to be. You're back on time. And then let's talk about Trey Hedden for a quick second. Last year, Brock, and we were both here at a lot of those home games, he would have gotten rattled. He would have made an erratic play, but right there he saw the calmness, he saw the poise, went through his progression, saw his reads, found an open receiver, and then that led to a big gain. So right now Trey Hedden playing some of his best football compared to last year, and as he should do.
Hedden to throw, pressure coming, throws it over the middle, over the top. It's incomplete. Penalty flags come flying in. This might be holding or pass interference. It is going to be pass interference on the Blue Hose defense. That'll be a first down.
Pass interference, defense number 1. The penalty includes an automatic first down.
Pass interference on the safety, number 1, Caleb Francis. They'll move the sticks. New set of downs here for Furman. Back to Trey Hedden, Cole. Yeah, Coach Clay Hendricks said of Hedden last week, he played like a second-year quarterback as opposed to a first-year quarterback last year. He's really changed his body this year. He was 242 last year. This year, he's down to 225.
Yeah, he was a big guy, slimmed down to be a little bit more athletic. I think that's exactly where they need him. Great out route.
Kerry King makes the catch again. Gains a few yards. He's down to the 35-yard line in PC territory. Clock moving. Coming up on 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Gavin Hall turning right, bangs off defenders, and he is right at the first down marker at the 30. They should move the chains, and they do.
And you can see the Paladin offense, if they're able to get on their defenders, they're able to really captured them and gets a little bit of movement, they're going to create just enough lane for Gavin Hall to get going. He's such an explosive running back, and it's kind of been cool to watch him grow into this player over the last season. It's just been amazing to watch him become who he is.
Hall turning to the left side this time. Oh, he's buried and tackled immediately by number 8, Zeb Stroop. The safety senior knocks him back, and he gets no gain on the play.
Yeah, so right here, we get the replay. You're going to see that the center, Chris Luna, doesn't do a good job of shooting his hat over to the defender, meaning he doesn't get to that outside shoulder, and that penetration kills zone runs. And right there, they want to run outside zone, was not able to do that, just was not effective on a reach block.
That's the end of the first quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter. After one, it is Furman 7, Presbyterian 7. The second quarter coming up after this here on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, started the second quarter, tied at 7. Furman ball, 2nd and 10. At the PC 30, Hedden cocks the arm, pass is caught. Devin Hester Jr. makes the catch. This is a guy, last year, Cole was a true freshman, and at times, Coach Hendricks said he played like a true freshman, but they're expecting big things from him here as a sophomore season.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something Coach Hendricks would say about young players. But you talk about the impact he had last week. I mean, it really had the whole country talking about, hey, I didn't know that Devin Hester had a son in college. Well, guys, it's not that Devin Hester, but still a really good, talented player on special teams like Devin Hester.
Hedden throws, passes caught. Joshua Burrell, tight end, makes the grab. Good hands. Burrell, 6'2", 223, a grad student, makes the catch, has the first down.
Well, you can see why the Paladins recruited Trey Hedden to be the quarterback here at Furman. I mean, he's been putting the ball right where it needs to be so far this whole game. Already perfect passing, 10 for 10. I mean, you just can't ask for anything better out of your second-year quarterback.
1st and 10, over the middle, pass is caught. Evan James has it inside the 5, and he goes down inside the 5, almost to the 4-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Evan James, 5'11", 170, a freshman on this team, and the coaching staff really high on this kid.
And I see why. Right here, you're going to have Evan James running a slant, and Trey Hedden just throws it on a needle, just puts it in there on him. And right now, you can see the Paladins, just the passing game has been something that it showed a lot of great potential last season, and right now it's been continuing that trend.
Gavin Hall finds a crease. He goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Furman. Gavin Hall's second rushing touchdown of the game, second rushing touchdown of the season, and Furman takes the lead by 6.
And yeah, Brock, on that play right there, you're going to see just a simple inside zone run, and it's a really good job blocking. Just everyone doing their job and creating a hole for Gavin Hall to score a touchdown. And when I talked to the coaches, and we both did, when they talked about the run game, they just felt like they were just one player away, meaning that one guy doing his assignment right for them to really have some big plays. As you can see, that's been picked up now. Guys are starting to get to where they need to go. If they can keep that consistency, they're going to be a dynamic running team.
Ian Williams tacks on the extra point. 13:21 to go in the second quarter. Furman leads PC 14-7. Back in Greenville, South Carolina, 14-7. Furman leads Presbyterian. 13:21 to go in the second quarter. Here's a look at the drive summary from Furman, presented by Smith Drayline. Cole, 12 plays, 75 yards, almost 6 minutes off the clock. Gavin Hall, 2 rushing touchdowns in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Brock, we talk about controlling the clock and time of possession being a huge factor in this game. And we're wanted to see Presbyterian do a good job of doing that. They did a great job of it last week against Mercer. So far, Furman crushing them in time of possession.
Williams bangs the ball out of the end zone, another touchback. And PC has the football back. 1st and 10 at its own 25, down 7, 14-7. And this game sort of felt like last week's game, where last week's game changing momentum up and down the field for both teams. Kind of get the same feeling here today with these two teams.
Yeah, well, when you look back at last week's game when Furman played William and Mary, if it wasn't for that strip sack that happened when they were getting ready to drive down the field and put some more points on the board, that's when all that momentum shifted. William and Mary got a second wind of air, and they were able to move the ball and score. Right here, if Furman's defense can get another turnover or another stop, they'll be in good company.
Daryl Harper on the wide receiver end around. Little pitch play. They say he's down by contact, so no fumble. He's down at the 34, pickup of 9.
Well, hey, I mean, we look at the replay here. If it's not a fumble, and right now it's not a fumble. Yep, not a fumble. Either way, that was a big hit. That was a very big hit.
Gain of 9, they say now 2nd down and 1. Hurst going to throw on 2nd and 1. On the rollout, being chased by Stone King, and Hurst has the first down. He made something out of nothing. Out of bounds, moves the sticks. A fresh set of downs again here for PC.
Yeah, so Presbyterian going to run another rollout pass. Everyone's already biting hard on that fake in the play action. When you see Hurst rolling out, offensive lineman gets cut. And then you're going to see Stone King, man, he was moving. He was moving. I thought he was going to catch him for a second, but not fast enough. But still, great job by Colin Hurst getting the first down, keeping the chains rolling, and keeping that offense on the field.
Kibbe in motion. We haven't really called his name much today. Little swing pass. Pass is caught by Zach Switzer. He is hit immediately by Furman. As they argue for the football here, that tackle made by number 41, Tanner Shuck, and he gets a big-time TFL.
Well, Tanner Shuck really shucked that guy, because watch this. Boom! And you can tell he came with some heat. And that's one thing I like to see with the Paladin defense. If the ball's going to be caught, you got to be on them just as quick. And right there, that was a fantastic play. Really great job by Shuck.
Loss of 3, 2nd down and 13. Zach Switzer trying to find a hole to go through, banging off tacklers, gaining positive numbers. Past the line of scrimmage, gain of 2.
Yep. Very small gain, but at the same time, really good run just to kind of get you in a little bit more of a third and long still, but it gives you a little bit of something. The clock is still moving. You're controlling the ball. Even though you're not in the lead, you can still kind of control how this thing goes. Obviously, you're in a passing situation right here. You need to figure out a way to get to the quarterback.
3rd and long here now, 3rd down and 8. Must reach the PC 47 for the first down. Hurst over the middle, pass is incomplete. He had a wide open Jaden Scott, number 11, through his hands, incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, Brock, it always goes back to what we said earlier. Talking about the keys to the game for the Paladins was just being able to generate pressure, and that showed right there. We knew that Colin Hurst, he likes to get the ball out quick, but it's the pressure. He felt it in that force an errant throw right there where he had a guy wide open for a first down. He's going to want that throwback. He's not inaccurate, but he could definitely feel that pressure coming. The Paladin defense has done a great job of collapsing the pocket and finding ways to get to Hurst.
Thatcher Hutton to punt it away at his own 25-yard line. Furman's Taylon Blaylock staying in his own 22. Bad punt off the side of the foot of Thatcher Hutton. It sails out of bounds around the 40, 45-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. And Furman gets the football back, leading by 7, 10:47 to go, 2nd quarter. You see the teams coming onto the field. There's Coach Clay Hendricks. Talked about the running game. He's felt the running game was good last week, but it still could be better. Again, this team had trouble running the football last year. You know, last year, Coach Hendricks said of last year, he said, you know, we really weren't really very good at anything. He said, he said some of that was youth, some of that was inexperience, some of that was injuries. Mm-hmm. But he said something that you've heard him say before, control the controllables. Last year they could not control the injuries or the youth. They could control the turnovers. They just had too many turnovers last year.
Yeah, I mean, again, you have a very inexperienced football team. You got a lot of guys getting playing time for the first time, so you're going to have those mistakes. You just got to find ways to get through those challenges.
Hedden going over the middle. Devin Hester Jr. has it, and he has the first down inside the 35, and they'll move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Trey Hedden, he has just been sensational these 2 weeks so far. I mean, so far, he's been putting the ball exactly where he needs to be. Brock, I don't think he's had an incompletion all game yet.
Trips to the right here for Furman. Quick throw to the left. Pass is overthrown, and it's incomplete.
Might have jinxed him on that one, Brock. Might have jinxed him.
You might have.
Might have jinxed him.
Looking for Jakeith Hamilton, the wide receiver. Incomplete.
Yeah, so right here, just going to go with a little RPO action. Just Trey's going to put a little bit too much air on it. That's my bad, Trey. I'm sorry. I jinxed you, buddy. I jinxed you.
It looked like it was tipped, so not quite a jinx from you. Not quite.
Well, I just said no incompletion, so, I did jinx it.
Eden throws, passes, caught, carry. King has it. He's near the first down stick. In fact, he has it, I believe. Will they move the chains? They say yes. First down.
And again, we've been talking about Trey Eden all game. I mean, just how much he's evolved as a quarterback, being able to go through his reads. He's not always looking for the big play. He's finding the receivers that are open, getting the ball to them, and he's just taking what he can get. It doesn't always have to be a first down or a touchdown, but it just needs to be able to get, closer to a first down.
Trips to the left for Hedden, 1st and 10. Hedden looking, throwing into the end zone. Passes caught. Touchdown, Furman. Jakeith Hamilton, his first touchdown reception of the season.
When you talk about just making plays and just having guys that can make those type of plays, and you're going to see Jakeith Hamilton here, all he's going to do is just pretty much run a little bit of a post route, just angling back into the end zone, and Trey Hedden just throws it on the needle, puts the ball only where Jakeith Hamilton can catch it, and then you already have 6 on the board. I mean, this offense, it's kind of funny to watch them evolve to where they are now. Coach Hendricks, much more of a run-first guy. But right now, that passing game has been carrying them lately. I mean, it's just been interesting to watch the evolution of the Paladin offense.
Ian Williams tacks on the extra point. It's good. Time out of the field. 9:31 to go. Second quarter. It's Furman up 21-7. Back here in Greenville. Beautiful Saturday for college football. 9:31 to go in the second quarter. Furman leads by 2 touchdowns over Presbyterian, 21-7. So Presbyterian getting the football back here on the ensuing possession. The kickoff by Williams, deep and too deep to return. Another touchback for Williams. PC gets the ball back. Down 14 points, 21-7 here in the second quarter. We talk about this Presbyterian College football team, Cole. Last year, 6-6, 4-4 in the Pioneer Football League, but the team won its last 4 games of the season, carried that momentum into this season. And last week, Presbyterian went on the road and won at 11th-ranked Mercer by a score of 15-10. It was Presbyterian's first win over a top 15 team on the road since Presbyterian became a Division I school in 2007. That is a huge win last week.
Yeah, since 2007, that's incredible. I mean, this is a talented football team. I thought they really took it to Mercer last week. A lot of potential. All right, there's a big play.
Deep play over the middle and over the top. It's incomplete. Looking for Sincere Gill. Yeah, we talked with head coach Steve Englehart before the game. He says this is a very veteran seasoned team. He says the program has been through a lot of tough times. The program went through a 1-10 season, a 6-6 season. It lost a couple of tough games in overtime. But he says this group of 30 seniors has persevered very well. The team has confidence, it has good leadership, and it trusts and loves one another. That's a coach's dream right there.
Oh, I mean, that's the ultimate coach's dream. When you got a team that's bought in and doesn't quit on each other, you have something that's, even bigger than winning sometimes.
Over the middle, pass cut by the tight end, Nathan Levicki. Gains about 5 up to the 30, brings up 3rd down.
So here on the replay, you're going to just see him, the receiver for the Blue Hose. He's just going to run just a quick little hook route just to kind of get the ball in a much more third and manageable situation here. It kind of opens up the playbook so where if they want to run it, they can, but they're obviously going to throw the football.
First on 3rd down, pass caught wide open, the tight end Levicki. Penalty flags come flying in. He's out of bounds near midfield, but hold everything. Flags on the play, might be coming back.
Presbyterian having no breaks.
Pass interference, 0 the offense. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Replay third.
So offensive pass interference on Presbyterian, negating the big catch and run by tight end Lathan Levicki, and he'll bring the ball back.
I mean, to be fair, Brock, he was wide open. So right here, you're going to see that Sincere is going to pretty much put a block out to stop the Paladin defender from getting over and covering his guy, which left, number 87 wide open to have a big gain on the play, and that's what led to that first down. So you can't have that, and the officials see that. It looks like you're trying to make a block instead of trying to run a route. That's an easy flag every time.
So instead of 3rd and 5, it's now 3rd down and 20. Must reach the 35-yard line for the first down. Here's Hurst, dumps it off to Antonio Wright. Wright trying to gain some yardage. He does, but he's way short of the first down marker. It'll be a 3 and out here for PHC, and the Furman defense gets the job done again.
Yeah, so here you're going to see the Blue Hose. They're going to try to figure out how to get something out of nothing. So they're going to try to run a little bit more of a swing pass out to the right, hoping to have some blocking on the outside. And they're not looking to get a first down. I mean, it'd be great to have one, but you're not looking for it. You're just looking for it to get out of kind of more of the shadow of where your end zone is at. You're trying to get a little bit out of that range, so that way your punter isn't just crowded. And if it does get blocked, it's not for a score.
Thatcher Hutton punts it away. A short but high kick. Taylor Blaylock tried to make the catch on the punt return, but he got run into and didn't have a chance at it. It was downed by PC at about the 42. Interfered with by his own man. Little friendly fire there. Kind of a blessing for PC because Taylor Blaylock, he's dangerous in punt return situations. Had a great game last week defensively as well. 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a pass breakup, and a 43-yard pick 6 last week for Taylor Blaylock. Here's Furman on offense again. 1st and 10, head and throws. Passes caught. Kerry King. Oh, he's had a great game today. His 3rd catch of the day. He has enough of the first down. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, I mean, another rollout pass here. Again, Trey heading on the move. And then again, going through his reads, he's seen that the deep option isn't there. He looks down to another level, sees that intermediate route is wide open, or not really wide open, but it's open enough to where he knows he can thread the needle there and get a first down.
CJ Nettles in the game for the first time. He gets the handoff. He goes nowhere. Loss of 3 on the play.
Yep, Blue Hose run another run stunt. Getting penetration kills the run for a negative gain.
Look at the numbers by Trey Hedden. He's only had 1 pass not be completed, 15 for 16, 146 yards in the first half, 1 touchdown, a absolutely outstanding performance so far here for Hedden in the first half. 2nd and 13, Hedden to throw again. He looks, he throws, it's caught by Joshua Burrell, the tight end. He's just shy of the 35-yard line. It brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the passing attack so far, Brock. One big key difference from last week to this week is that the pocket has been a lot cleaner. I mean, there hasn't been any quick moves that have been worked on the offensive linemen. You look at last week, we thought that left guard Luke Pettit, he got beat a little bit too quickly at times, relying on a little bit, just leaning on guys, not relying on technique. He's been so much better this game.
Quick throw, pass is caught. Kerry King again. And Kerry King has enough of the first down. Kerry King, another newcomer to the team, transfer from East Carolina, played in 9 games last year, then transferred here to Greenville to play for Furman. Another nice addition to this team in the wide receiver department, along with Evan James.
Yeah, he came to the fun Greenville, left the Greenville, North Carolina for South Carolina.
New set of downs for Furman, 1st and 10. Hedden on the rollout, looking, lofts the pass, is caught. Evan James inside the 10. He stretches for the pylon. Did he get in? Did he get in? They say no signal yet. What is it? Touchdown or not? They're conferring. Touchdown! Evan James, his 2nd touchdown reception of the season, and it took a long time for the officials to make the call.
Well, it was well worth it, but let's talk about the whole operation that went into this. But first, let's look at this. Make a guy miss. Oh! He's out of bounds.
This will not count.
It won't count, but Brock, either way, it was such a great play no matter how you look at it. Just everything that led to that moment, it was just great play calling, a great throw, great hustle. It'll probably be short, maybe around about the 2-yard line, maybe. It's about where his foot hit out, if I'm not mistaken. But, man.
Easy call here on the replay. Foot out, 2.5-yard line. Ball.
Yeah, around about the 2.5-yard line. But, Brock, I mean.
Heck of an effort.
Yeah, it was a heck of an effort. But, Brock, I can't help but just think about the first part of the play, right? Again, they've been doing a lot of rollouts with Trey Hedden this whole game. They've been getting him on the move. He throws the ball, layers the ball perfectly over a defender's head right into the breadbasket of his receiver, already putting them in the low red zone area. These aren't throws that just any quarterback can make. I mean, just look at this from the start here, right? He's going to roll out, sees nothing there, layers the ball perfectly over the defender. I mean, you can't ask for a better quarterback performance.
Inside the 1-yard line. The ball will be placed there. First and goal, Furman.
So easy call for the replay booth officials. Not a touchdown. It's negated because James is out of bounds at the 2.5-yard line. But he stretched the ball so far that they're going to mark the line of scrimmage just inside the 1.
Kind of helps to have some reach, doesn't it?
So instead of a touchdown for Furman now, first and goal from the 1.
You got to put your battering ram in at running back, see if you can get an easy score here.
Jaquan Smith, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Furman. Jaquan Smith, his first rushing touchdown of the season, and Furman leads it by 20.
Goal line formation, you got to put your battering ram in because he's going to fight for those hard yards. You always need a running back that's like that in your offense, and that's the one for the Paladins. Just a simple right off of the tackle on his down block. You have your lead fullback as the blocker, and then it just makes it an easy score. Paladins up 27-7.
Penalty flags, movement along the line. I think it's on the defense. So somebody came across the line early before the snap. It's offsides, and they will retry the PAT.
Penalties to decline. Still the try.
So Ian Williams will come on for the extra point. The reigning FCS National Special Teams Player of the Week. Perfect on PATs today as well as for the season. And I did not jinx him, and the kick is good. And we get a timeout of the field. 5:01 to go in the second quarter. Furman out to a 3-touchdown lead, 28-7. Back after this on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, 5:01 to go in the second quarter. Furman, 4 touchdowns on the day. We're only in the second quarter. 28-7 Furman. Ian Williams will kick it away here for the Paladins. PC gets the football back. Williams ensuing kickoff. It will sail out of the end zone. Touchback. First and 10 Blue Hose at their own 25 here. 5:01 to go in the second quarter. If you're head coach Steve Engelhardt, what do you need to see here from your team's offense that's been struggling here so far this afternoon?
You got to see a little bit more grit. I don't think that it's not that they're playing hard. I just feel like they're not straining enough, and those are two different things. Playing hard is that's an effort thing. Straining is you're doing your job, but it's just something that's missing right there in order for you to really have big plays. So I feel like they're not straining enough. You need to see a little bit more strain and just see a little bit better execution because they haven't given up a sack yet.
Zach Switzer, running back, banging off tacklers, forced out of bounds. Out of bounds near the 30.
Oh, that's a flag.
A little scuffle breaks out. We have flags thrown on the field. Some guy's helmet came off. And we're going to see some PFs here on that play.
Against the Paladins.
After the play, there are fouls committed by players of both teams. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 87 of the offense and number 54 of the defense. Those offset, the Furman player can come back in.
So personal foul penalties on each team. Fouls offset. Brings up second down.
Right here, I mean, play's over. Guys, you just got to stop. And that's a little bit of, one guy trying to prove he's a little bit tougher than the other. And you can't let the emotions get to you past the play being over. It's just not a smart pin. That's not smart football. And that's something Coach Hendricks, I know he doesn't like, is not smart football.
Gain of 6, second down and 4. They give it to Zach Switzer again, and he gains 1 up to the 32, and a penalty flag comes in again.
Oh, that's getting chippy.
Now they're talking it over, taking their time, trying to sort this all out.
After the play, dead ball personal foul, 79, hands to the face. 15-yard penalty will be enforced in the dead ball spot. The down counts, third down.
So personal foul on PC. Brings the football way back inside the 20.
Yeah, let's see, can we get on the replay right here? So hands to the face. Oh, they basically threw a punch right there. It kind of reminds me of that Dave Chappelle skit, Brock, about what the 5 fingers said to the face. Slap.
Third and long, third down and 18 for Presbyterian. Hurst dumps it off, pass is caught. Jalen Patrick makes the catch, well shy of the first down marker, and PC will have to punt it away.
Right there, PC not being able to get anything going on this series. You wanted to see them figure something out to get some type of momentum on offense, but when you have the penalties and everything else like that, emotions are getting high, you're going to have mistakes and execution will start lacking. So now you're going to give the Paladins another chance to potentially score another touchdown or some more points, and it's going to put you further in the hole.
Thatcher Hutton punts it away. Better punt this time. Taylon Blaylock gets out of the way. Ball bounces out of bounds inside the 45 to about the 43. So here comes Furman. And what are the numbers for Trey Hedden right now? He's been outstanding today. First, we'll get to the rushing story of this game. Furman running the football very well. Gavin Hall has run the football well. So has Jaquan Smith, C.J. Nettles. They've all carried the ball today and doing very well here today compared to last week.
Oh, yeah. It's a night and day difference in the run game. I can see them probably leaning more on that facet going forward.
Gavin Hall breaking tackles. Zigzags his way to about a gain of 9 inside the 50 down to the 47. Maybe the 48, actually.
Got a tight end that's a little gimpy. So Paladins are going to run a stretch run here. You want to see that tackle do a better job of securing his defender. But Gavin Hall just runs through a guy and lowers his shoulder pad and keeps it moving. So now you're staring at a 2nd and 2 when it probably could have been maybe 2nd and 8.
Coach Clay Hendricks said before the game, one of the keys today against Presbyterian offensively, continue to run the football better. And there's a big tackle for loss for PC's Malik Lewis, the linebacker. A TFL for him, and it brings up third down.
Well, Brock, at some point, you got to have somebody come and make a play. And the Blue Hose finally got a guy that's able to do that right here. And no one picks him up, just finds it. No one sees him, finds an open gap, and just comes in and makes a crushing tackle in the backfield.
So loss of 3 brings up third down and 5 for Hedden and the Furman offense. Hedden, pass deflected and intercepted. Intercepted by Presbyterian Terry McKell, one of the defensive linemen, the nose guard. It was tipped, it fell into his hands. He makes the interception, and it's PC ball.
Big man takeover, Brock. Big man takeover. The big man gets a turnover. I would have loved for him to try to get a return out of it, but let me tell you what really went wrong there. Trey Hedden, they're trying to run a wide receiver screen. Hedden's going to hold that ball just a little bit too long, and it gives the D lineman a chance to really retrace his steps. So as you'll see in this replay right here, he knows it's a screen. Good tip by the edge, and then right there, you're going to see the defensive tackle just retracing those steps, and then he makes a great play on the ball to get a pick.
So Terry McKell, the nose guard, makes the interception, his first of the year. Now it's 1st and 10, Blue Hose. Trying to chip away at this lead by Furman. Passing over the middle. It's caught by Nathan Levicki. Maintains his balance inside the 20. And he goes down to the 15-yard line. A first down for the Blue Hose.
If you can imagine momentum being like a pendulum swing right now, it's just swung back into Presbyterian's court. Yes, the score is 28-7, but that turnover just gave the Blue Hose some life. And Brock, if you remember last week when Furman turned it over on that strip sack, they got some momentum going. William and Mary came down the field and scored a touchdown. So they got to find ways to steal that momentum back if the Paladins want to hold this team to maybe 3 points or even force a turnover. But right now, Presbyterian, they're running with something huge.
We've come to the 2-minute timeout. 28-7 Furman. We're back after this on ESPN+. Back in Greenville out of the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes exactly to go, second quarter. Furman leads by 3 touchdowns over Presbyterian, 28-7. 1st and 10 PC. Deep in Furman territory. Pass thrown into the end zone. Pass is that caught? Is it caught? They say yes. Touchdown by Nathan Levicki, the tight end. Levicki, his second touchdown reception of the season. And like you said, momentum is swung here in PC's favor late second quarter.
And that was a beautiful throw, too. I mean, you got a guy one-on-one in coverage, and then you just put the ball right only where he can win and catch it.
Hands to the face, 41 to defense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So personal foul on the PC defense. It's declined. They'll tack it on. Actually, they'll tack it on to the kickoff, I believe. Touchdown for Nathan Levicki, the tight end. His first of the day, second of the season. Jet Jackson, the left-footed kicker, will come on for the extra point. Jackson's kick is up, and the kick is good, and Presbyterian is chipped away at that lead. First, an interception by the nose guard for Presbyterian, Terry McKell, then a touchdown pass from Calvin Hurst to Nathan Levicki, the tight end. It was a 21-point game. Now it's a 14-point game. 1:51 to go. Furman leads here, second quarter.
And let's look at the replay again here and see where the penalty's at. See a helmet come off. Anytime you see a helmet come off, Brock, something went wrong. So penalties there, but really great execution by the Blue Hose to really get back into this football game. They hit a lull. Obviously, you had the big man turnover that happens, and then you just start causing big plays to happen. You're having those explosive plays, and that was one of our keys to the game for Presbyterians, to have those explosive plays, and there it was. So now, you know what I'm looking forward to seeing is that Blue Hose defense start to show up against this Paladin offense even more now and see can they get a 3-and-out and force the Paladins to punt.
So the penalty is added on to the kickoff. So now the Blue Hose will kick off right at midfield at the 50. Jet Jackson to kick it off. This will likely be a touchback, and it is. Sails out of the end zone. Touchback. Furman ball. 1st and 10 at its own 25. Minute 51 to go, second quarter.
Right here, Brock, I expect to see a little bit of a 2-minute offense. At the same time, they got all 3 of their timeouts, so it doesn't have to be in a hurry. You want to control that time of possession. You don't want Presbyterian to get back on the field.
That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the touchback spot. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Looked like offsides on the kickoff team for PC, so 5-yard penalty. That'll be 1st and 10 for Furman at its own 30 instead of its own 25. Minute 51 to go here in the second quarter.
2-minute offense, 3 timeouts. You can mix a little bit of the run game back into it. They're not going to be expecting much of it. And then you can go from there. 3 down linemen.
Head throws, passes caught. Evan James, number 16, makes the catch. Gain of about 9, brings up 2nd down and 1.
Yep, Evan James just running a quick curl route, catching the ball, getting a little extra yards after the catch.
Head quick throw again, passes caught again. James again with the catch. He's out of bounds. Clock will stop here. Inside 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And that was a really good route by Evan James there. He's going to run the curl once again, but then it's also an option. So he can either stay there and he plays the leverage of that defender, and then he just turns it to an out route. Great job by both the quarterback and the receiver being on the same page.
4 receivers to work with for Hedden. 1st and 10. Here comes the pressure. Trying to get out of it, and down he goes. He's sacked at the 40-yard line by PC.
Get a timeout called.
Timeout taken by Furman. It's first of the first half.
Timeout Furman. Their first of the half. This is the 30-second timeout. Please reset.
So here we're going to see
19 seconds.
in the replay, what it comes down to is that left side loss. You're going to see the left tackle is going to lose. He's going to overset, and it's going to open up a lane for the defender, that edge rusher, for him to get in. Number 6 of the defense, Malik Horback. He's able just to win. When you overset like that as an offensive lineman, you leave that inside open, and you don't want to do that, especially if the slide side isn't towards you. So if the slide side's to the right and you're oversliding to the left, no one's there to pick up your guy. And that's an easy lane to get to the quarterback to cause a sack, and you can't have that. So you got to fix those things. Don't overset it. Trust your technique. Put one hand on him, and then just roll from there. He's been doing great all game, and that's really brought the first sack of the game.
2nd and 12 for the Paladins.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd down and 12 for the Paladins. Heading to throw all kinds of time. Airs it out, going over the top, looking for Jackson Pryor, and Jackson Pryor cannot get the ball. It's incomplete. And it brings up 3rd down and 12. So clock stopped, minute 12 to go until the halftime break. 3rd down and long here for Furman, 3rd down and 12. 4 receivers for Hedden to work with. On 3rd and 12, pass is caught. Kerry King stays in bounds. It brings up 4th down and long. We're under a minute to go in the first half.
Personally, I don't like the play call, but I understand the play call. You just want to keep the time on the clock ticking, and you want to force Presbyterian to burn the timeout.
Timeout. Presbyterian. Their 2nd of the half.
So PC takes its 2nd timeout of the first half. 4th down and 11, so Furman will have to punt it away. So PC has a chance to try and get some yardage and get some points on the board here before the halftime break.
Yeah, you know, really, again, Brock, it all started with that turnover, that interception, and then it was just momentum after momentum going towards Presbyterian. They hit some big plays, and then once they scored that touchdown, I had a feeling their defense was going to have a fire lit underneath them. They're going to be ready to play some ball, and it showed in that particular series. So what you're going to look for here when Presbyterian gets the ball back on offense, and you're going to look for some, you know, smoke and mirror type plays where the tight end, you know, leaks out, he's wide open, or receiver leaks out wide open. You're looking for those type of plays because Presbyterian has those, and they ran them a lot against Mercer.
Big booming punt by Williams, sending Daryl Harper back at his own 4, trying to zigzag his way up the field, breaking tackles, and finally gang tackled at around the 12-yard line. That's where PC will take over. Speaking of this PC team, Cole, as we said, it won at 11th-ranked Mercer last week, 15-10. The PC offense in that game, Cole, outgained Mercer 416 yards to 241.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. When you're looking at teams like that, when they have those type of performances, you kind of got to have a little bit of a different eye on Mercer, who's a top 25 team, top 15 team. You kind of got to ask yourself, okay, was Mercer really that good to start off the year? You have to ask yourself these questions, and I think Mercer is a very talented football team, and I don't know if they just took Presbyterian lightly or what, but Presbyterian really took it to them on offense and on defense last week.
Hand off to Zach Switzer. He goes nowhere. He's down. Forward progress stopped at the 7. A loss of about 3 yards on the play. Loss of 5, actually.
Yep. Again, so when you're winning on your blocks on those one-on-ones, and you're a defensive lineman and no one can really block you, and you find ways to cause havoc and get back there to the backfield, you win every single time. And I don't think Presbyterian's going to call a play. They're just going to let this thing go in the halftime.
Halftime is here in this intra-state rivalry game. Furman leads Presbyterian at the break 28-14. Gavin Hall, a couple of touchdown runs. Trey Hedden has played well at quarterback here for Furman. At the break, it is Furman 28, Presbyterian 14. Our halftime coverage begins after this here on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, let's take a look at the first half stats. Furman dominating the passing yards category. Presbyterian a few more rushing yards than Furman. Turnovers tied at 1 apiece. How about the time of possession dominated by Furman? Almost 7 more minutes of possession of the football compared to Presbyterian. Cole Neely, thoughts about the second half starting up? What are some adjustments you expect to see from either team?
Yeah, I expect Presbyterian to start to dial up a little bit more pressure. They got to find ways to get to Trey Hedden. I mean, he's almost been perfect the whole day. You know, obviously he has those 2 incompletions and an interception. But outside of that, I mean, he's been playing some really good football. Really good in the passing game. And of course, you want to see the Paladins get that rushing attack back together and start creating some more explosives. Presbyterian, on the other hand, they got to figure something else out on offense. Obviously, nothing's necessarily there. They got to find ways to protect a little bit better, get the ball out a little bit faster, and be able to get their quarterback some more life. And I like to see Colin Hurst just take off a few more times, run with it. I think he has the athleticism to do it.
Ball kicked out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty flag thrown on PC for the bad kickoff. Furman will get good field position. 1st and 10 to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, Brock, and that's not how you want to start off. They're going to re-kick it.
So they'll do it again.
I think Coach Haynes wants to steal one on special teams.
Jet Jackson, the left-footed kicker, will kick it away this time at his own 30. Taylon Blaylock, Devin Esther Jr. back to receive. There's the kickoff. It stays in bounds this time. Received and returned here by Devin Esther Jr. up to the 25-yard line, so the equivalent of a touchback. Gets the ball there, 1st and 10, at its own 25 to begin the third quarter.
I can't blame the thought there. I mean, I think Coach Hendricks really wanted to see they could steal a big return out of that kickoff. However, you know, Presbyterian's been working on this. That was a weakness for them last week against Mercer. They thought that special teams, they could have been a lot better at. They struggled mightily in special teams. Now today, Furman, I know they were probably thinking they could probably get some steals, maybe some scores or some big gains off of special teams right there. Just didn't work out, but I don't blame the thought. Sometimes you got to test it.
Now here's Trey Hedden, 21 of 24 passing so far in the game. There's another completion to Jakeith Hamilton. He has a touchdown reception in the game. Gains about 5 there, brings up 2nd down and 5. So now he's 22 of 25. I believe that's 88%.
Yeah, he's already completed more passes than he did last week against William and Mary. So Trey Hedden's playing some really good football.
Gavin Hall is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So now they're back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, so here all we're going to see is pretty much a sweep to the outside, and Presbyterian does a great job of finding that open gap and just shooting through. Again, you want to see the Paladin offense. They got to do a better job of protecting these gaps because they've been having a lot of run-throughs. That's been killing a lot of runs, and now they're all the way back at 3rd and 10 all over again.
Hedden throws over the middle, passes, caught. Evan James makes the catch. Big time 1st down. They'll move the chains.
Well, I know one thing. Coach Hendricks won't say that Evan James is playing like a freshman this week because he's been making play after play after play. And you talk about Trey Hedden. Good job stepping up. Feels that pressure coming on the right side. Steps up. Delivers a dot to Evan James.
Gavin Hall trying to turn the corner left side. He gains 1 up to the 49 of Furman's own territory. Injured, shaken up Blue Hose player on the field. Malik Lewis, linebacker, is shaken up.
So let's take a look back at the play. I mean, first off, it's another outside run, but what kills it again is that penetration. Looks like he got rolled up on right there, but the penetration that's caused because Chris Luna doesn't do a good job of securing that block and staying firm and at least kind of creating a draw that forces the ball carrier into the backfield. He's not able to get a bigger gain out of that because that play had the potential to go for just more than 1 yard, Brock.
Malik Lewis will trot off the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. 2nd and 9 for Furman at Furman's own 49. Furman just 3 wins last year. Trying for win number 2 today here in 2025. Hall again. Misdirection.
Ooh.
Stiff arms a man. Stiff arms another man. Has the 1st down and more, and he scoots out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Another Furman 1st down.
Oh, well, you see the run game starting to show up a little bit more. Presbyterian, they're going to show a blitz right here. The Furman offensive line did a good job of picking it up, and Gavin Hall making 2 guys miss, giving another guy a handful and 1 more handful. Good grief, Gavin. Ooh. Somebody needs to get in the weight room.
1st and 10. Hall again. Goes up the middle this time, gains a couple. He's down to the 33.
So, Brock, I don't know if you're starting to see the same thing I'm seeing here, and even the people at home. What you're going to start seeing Presbyterian do, getting tongue-tied, they're going to start bringing those run pressures. They're going to start bringing those guys on the line of scrimmage. And then when you have a zone running scheme that's already picked out, it gives enough time for the offensive lineman to kind of sort everything out, get to their guys. And then Gavin Hall, having the patience that he needs to have, is finding some lanes to where he can get some yards and some big gains.
2nd down, Hedden throws, pass incomplete. Looking for a Kerry King, covered by Will Farrell. Not the actor Will Ferrell, but another Will Ferrell.
I'd say, I hope he has some good jokes. But right there, you saw Kerry King's going to slip up on his route, and that throws all the timing off. So what I'm noticing with Trey Hedden, he's a big in rhythm and timing. He knows where his guys are supposed to be, and that's where the ball will always be at. Right there, when Kerry King slips up, that throws the timing off.
3rd and 8. Trips to the right side for Hedden. Jaquan Smith, the running back, 3rd and 8. Hedden, hit as he throws. It's high in the air. It's up for grabs, and it's intercepted by Presbyterian. Jason Briones with his first interception of the season. The second interception thrown today by Trey Hedden, and he is down at the 45.
He just got up, took a nasty hit for number 9, the edge rusher, Carter Sidlowski. As we look at the replay here, let's see what happens. Right there, the right tackle, he's going to get hit with a bull rush instantly, just kind of getting jolted with that initial punch from Sidlowski. And then he's able to just get the right tackle's hands off of him, get to the quarterback, and make a great hit, which causes that ball just to go straight up in the air. And then the Presbyterian defense, I'm struggling today, to being able to make a play on the ball, cause an interception. You can't ask for a better series after that, because the ball was getting moved down on the field on them, and they found a way to get a turnover. 2 picks already caused by great defensive line play.
Hurst throws, pass is intercepted. Billy Lewis, his second interception of the game, inside the 15, and he's down to the 11-yard line. Billy Lewis, second interception of the game, second interception of the season, and Furman gets the football back.
Well, hey, Brock, you get an interception, everyone gets an interception right there. Paladins immediately get the ball back, forcing just another great play. You can tell that Hurst did not see the Paladin defender in that zone. Billy Lewis, way to see it. Just stays in his zone, plays the ball, and makes a great play, setting the Paladins up in the low red zone area for them to score.
Billy Lewis last year, 3 interceptions for the whole season. He has 2 in this game alone, and it's only week 2. So Furman gets it back, Hedden the quarterback, back in the field, 1st and 10. Penalty, nope, no penalty flag. Here's Gavin Hall. Yep, there's a penalty flag now at the 15. And Gavin Hall gains a few, but this might be coming back.
Legal formation, offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Illegal formation on the Paladins, 5-yard penalty. It's now 1st and 15.
Kind of got to let your guy get set there. It looks like the receiver wasn't set in time before the ball was hiked.
1st and 15 for Hedden at the Paladin offense. Hedden being chased, being pressured, ankle tackled from behind, and down he goes. Alex Ward with the sack. His first sack of the season.
So as we look at the replay here, it's another RPO. Initial play, the initial read wasn't there. Decides to tuck it, and I mean, you can't blame Presbyterian. They just make a really good play and get a sack here. Started off as a corner blitz, realized that it was an RPO, and just chases down the quarterback.
2nd and 20. Gavin Hall hit immediately at the 25-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. The PC defense coming up big on back-to-back plays. 2 tackles for loss.
Yeah, you can definitely see it. Presbyterian has some life back into him. Paladins try to go with a stretch run right there on 2nd down, and nothing's there. So a little bit of a better job by the offensive line getting that push up front. But instead of Gavin Hall probably trying to press it and see if he can make something out of nothing, tries to cut it back. And right there, you're going back to all the traffic where it's all at, and they just make another great play. I mean, now you're forcing into an obvious passing situation here.
3rd and long here for Furman. Hedden throws. Pass is caught. Evan James has it inside the 20. And now brings up 4th down.
Great screen call there. I mean, you don't need much just to stay in field goal range. Make it an easy kick for your kicker. You know, try to get 3 points, go up 31-14, make this a 17-point game.
Ian Williams to try the field goal. He is 3 for 3 in field goals this year. His season-long 50, career-long 57. This is a 35-yard attempt. Should be a chip shot field goal for him. There's the kick right down the middle, drills it, and the kick is good. We get a timeout on the field. 9:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Furman gets a turnover, gets a field goal out of it. Up 17 here on ESPN Plus. Back in Greenville, a little cloudier now, wind blowing to the northeast. 31-14, Furman leads after the 35-yard field goal by Ian Williams. Ian Williams with the ensuing kickoff. That is out of the end zone, touchback. So PC gets the ball back. 1st and 10 at its own 25-yard line. Again, this is a PC team call. We talked about it multiple times in the game. Presbyterian with the upset win last week at Mercer, winning the game 15-10. We talked with PC head coach Steve Englehart before the game, and he said his team was not supposed to go into Mercer like that and beat the Bears, but his team had great confidence. His team was always focused on the next play and making that play happen, and he said it came up with big plays all game long. It came up with big 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions, and it came down to the last play of the game, but PC's defense held on, and the Blue Hose knocked off Mercer last week 15-10. That was a shocker.
Yeah, it was definitely a shocker. I mean, you know, if anyone watched the Mercer and UC Davis game in week 0, and you saw how Mercer literally clawed back into that game and had a chance to take the lead before the weather played a part in it. I mean, it was just a lot that was there. So you would think that Mercer maybe had some type of potential to be really good this year. And then you look in the last week, and it was just like night and day between the team that I saw play against UC Davis and the team that played Presbyterian last week.
Hurst, 2nd and 10, pass is underthrown, but somehow caught by Zach Switzer, the running back. Caught it near his ankles, hangs on, and gains about 9 on the play.
It was a missed opportunity to make a tackle on the play. I mean, you kind of saw one of the Paladin defenders try to put a hand out to get to the football, but instead of just kind of coming in and just making a hit on Switzer, you're just staring at a 3rd and short situation. So you can expect maybe some options, a run. I'm not expecting the pass.
3rd and a long one. Here is Justin Montgomery, lowers the shoulder. Forward progress, has the 1st down. Stopped at the 37. They'll move the chains. Furman led 28-14 at halftime. It got a field goal to begin the 3rd quarter. 8 minutes to go in the frame. Furman by 17, but PC driving. New set of downs, 1st and 10. The play fake over the middle. Pass is caught. B.J. Atkins, the wide receiver, number 6. And a penalty flag comes in. 2 flags come in. He may have been targeted. He has the 1st down. Let's check on the penalty. Oh, no, it's a Sincere Gill. Excuse me. Sincere Gill. Ooh.
Yeah. See Caleb Williams just lower his shoulder into his head. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to get you ejected.
The result of the play is a 1st down. Personal foul with targeting 6 of the defense. The previous play is under further review.
So targeting on number 6, Caleb Williams. They will go to the monitor just to review. This will likely stand, and Caleb Williams will likely be done for this game.
Yeah, you've got to play smarter football than that. I understand, you want to probably make a good hit on another player, but at the same time, we got to be smart, take care of our opponents, because at the end of the day, this is a game where a lot of people can get hurt very brutally. and that can be medically retired, and you don't want to cause that, and that's just not being a good, I guess, a good sportsman. You can't have those type of mistakes. You got to play a little bit cleaner, and I understand, the way the game goes, you're just trying to make a play. And I know he probably didn't mean to put his shoulder in his head.
Second replay booth review today. We had no replay reviews last week in the season opener, home opener for Furman against William and Mary.
Our replay guy's having a field day today. It's funny, he came in and said not many times he's seen targeting except for here, and I said, well, it might happen again, and I know he's reviewing it now, checking it out.
So long review here. Trying to get things right, trying to look at every angle, making sure that the call is going to stand or not stand. Let's go Jinglehart. Played quarterback for the Indiana Sycamores back in the day, 96 to 99. Here's the official word.
After video review, there is no targeting on the play. First down, Presbyterian.
And I didn't hear what he said. Did he say it was confirmed? They said no targeting. I guess because he didn't lead with the helmet, it was just his shoulder.
Yeah.
or his elbow.
It was with his shoulder, so it makes sense the reason why. Not a targeting call, but again, I don't know. It was a vicious hit, but at the same time, hey, no targeting call. Paladins avoid a 15-yard penalty.
Zach Switzer trying to turn the corner, and he's forced out of bounds. Gain of 1 down to the 48.
And I could tell Coach Hendricks, he was expecting a hold to be called right there on that play, but not called, and here we are with a 2nd and 9.
Just past the midway point of the third quarter, 31-14. Furman by 17, but the Blue Hose driving. After the gain of 1, brings up 2nd down and 9. 4 receivers to work with for Hurst. Throws, passes caught. Zach Switzer out of the backfield, and he has the first down. He's down inside the 40, down to the 36. Shaking up Furman defender. Looks like it's Taylon Blaylock. Or no, correction. Eddie Jackson instead. Eddie Jackson, defensive back. He comes out of the game.
And Eddie Jackson getting a start today, replacing an injured Paladin.
New set of downs for PC. First down and 10. Hurst throws over the middle. Pass is caught. B.J. Atkins has it. Has the first down.
That was just a really good play call, too. I mean, you're going to go with a play action. You're going to find B.J. Atkins. He's going to run a deep hook. And then just Hurst just maneuvering up the pocket, feeling that pressure, stepping up, and delivering a laser to Collins. Excuse me, Atkins.
First and 10. Hurst throws to the sideline, incomplete. Looking for Sincere Gill, who's back in the game after taking that shot a few plays ago.
So watch this great move by the right edge, or excuse me, on the left edge. Stone King, great hands, just getting the right tackle's hands off of him. And then it forces an errant throw to where even that the receiver trying to run the out. Gill doesn't get to the ball just because it's underthrown by such great technique by Stone King getting to the quarterback.
2nd and 10, the play fake, the throw, pass thrown behind Jaden Scott, or Jaden Henry, I should say. No, it's Jaden Scott. I was right the first time. Jaden Scott thrown behind him, incomplete.
Again, you can see that pressure is starting to get to Hurts much more and more. It's happening more and more often, and it's forcing some bad throws. And right there, he's going to want that one back. He usually doesn't have those type of throws, so Hurts has to be a little bit better on 3rd down here. Still in field goal range, but you don't want to take a chance. Field goals are going to get you really back into winning this football game. You're down 17. You prefer touchdowns over field goals.
3rd and 10. Zach Switzer gets the handoff. Breaking tackles. He has the first down, and he is forced out of bounds at the 3. Zach Switzer with his legs, with his arms receiving the football as well today. Dual threat running back. He gets the first down here for PC.
Yeah, Switzer, the Swiss Army knife. You're going to see the Blue Hose run a counter run to the right side. Just nobody there. You can tell the Paladins were probably expecting to be a pass on 3rd and long, and it just creates an opportunity for the Blue Hose just to run the football, get the first down. No one's there. And then one missed tackle. And then Switzer, the Swiss Army knife, is almost into the end zone. So now you had to bring in your goal line offense and your goal line defense, see who can win what.
Hurst throws, passes, caught by Zach Switzer out of the backfield. Touchdown, PC. Zach Switzer with a touchdown reception, his first touchdown reception of the season. And PC strikes again, makes it 31-20.
Yeah, I'm going to go under center, and you're just going to pretty much just release Switzer out to the flats. No one's there to cover him, and it's just wide open. He can practically just walk in for a touchdown untouched. And it's just a great drive by this Presbyterian offense. I mean, they've been putting together some things on offense ever since that interception in the first half. They're keeping that momentum going, and now they're about to be down 10.
Jet Jackson on for the extra point. It's good. And we get a timeout on the field. Down to a 10-point game. 5:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Furman leads at 31-21 on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, 5:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Furman's lead is cut down to 10, 31-21. The ensuing kickoff here by Jet Jackson and Presbyterian. That'll go out of bounds area. That's twice he's done that today.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Coach Henderson is going to ask for another re-kick, and it looks like he might do it.
5-yard penalty will be assessed and we'll re-kick the ball.
You can tell he really wants to get a return here, Brock.
Yeah. Well, he's got speed on the field. He has Devin Esther Jr., speedy guy. Talon Blaylock, speedy guy. And right now out there, it's Hester and James. So 3 speedy guys, 2 of the 3 I just mentioned on the field now. So they'll kick it again at the 30. Jet Jackson kicks it away again. Wobbly kick, returnable. Devin Esther Jr. from about the 10-yard line, past the 30 to about the 32.
It's a better return than last time.
So Furman gets the ball back. And it's really passed the football a lot today, Cole. Does that surprise you? I mean, it's working, but does that surprise you they've thrown so much?
It does, but at the same time, I mean, when you have a quarterback that's been pretty accurate very early on in this game and throughout the game, he's made a lot of the right reads and a lot of the right throws and putting that ball on the needle and just threading it to his playmakers. I'd keep staying with the hot hand, keep throwing the football. Pistol formation here.
CJ Nettles, backup running back, banging off tacklers, across the 35 to the 36. We saw him play last week against William and Mary. CJ Nettles, the backup running back to Jaquan Smith and to Gavin Hall for that matter. Gavin Hall's played well today, 2 rushing touchdowns. Furman running attack getting better according to Coach Hendricks from last year to this year and last week to this week as well. Head and throws, pass is caught. No, it's batted away, broken up and incomplete. Looking for Joshua Burrell, the tight end. It's broken up, incomplete. And just like that, 3rd down and medium.
Oh, yeah, it was a great hit by the safety to come in here and jar the ball loose. Just was not able to secure it. Just another curl route, and then boom, ball's out.
He initially had it tucked into his stomach, but bang, bang play, knocked away on the hit, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down, heading, quick sling, and pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. And just like that, PC gets a stop on defense, and it'll get the ball back.
That was a really good job by the PCD line, just getting the hand up on the pass. You see, it's going to be a quick. They're looking for that slant. And that's really the linebacker coming in from depth on the blitz. Just gets his hand up, makes a great read to see where the ball's going, gets a hand up to flex the ball. And really, the Paladins fortunate enough that the ball wasn't picked off again, because we've seen 2 tips that has led to 2 interceptions.
Punt by Ian Williams, good kick. Harper at his own 10. Zigzags his way past the 30. He's past the 40. Bangs hard off one tackler, and down he goes near the 45-yard line. Big return by Daryl Harper, number 12, for the Blue Hose.
Really great return. As you can see, Brock, that momentum, it's all on the Blue Hose side. So, look, they find a way to get down the field and score a touchdown on this drive. The Paladins better start tightening up a little bit more, because they're going to have to figure something else here.
So PC, it was down as many as 17 points. It cut the lead down to 10 on a previous possession earlier this quarter. Now a chance to chip away at the lead some more. Down 10, momentum on its side. 31-21 Furman, 4:12 to go, 3rd quarter. Hurst in the gun. The running back is Justin Montgomery, and Montgomery gets the carry. And down he goes for a quick tackle made by Furman. Looked like Mark Hernandez got there, the nose guard, brings him down, no gain on the play.
So we can see on the replay here, just way to get off a block and chase him down. You got 2 guys that are able to come in and make a play. And you want to be able to keep that run game as quiet as possible, but at the same time, the Pounds got to play better with pass defense, just finding way too many soft spots in these zones that Colin Hurst has been able to target and get the ball to his receivers, which has led to big plays.
Justin Montgomery again gets the handoff, and not much. Maybe he gained 1.5 yards, 2 at the most. He's up near the 48.
So here, I'm not expecting another run like the Blue Hose did earlier in this quarter to get that touchdown later on to put them on the goal line. I'm expecting a true pass here. You want to see the Paladins find a way to generate some pressure here, whether they have to bring a twist or they got to bring one of these linebackers from depth, but they have to generate that pressure. Presbyterian already in an empty formation.
5 receivers to work with here for Colin Hurst on 3rd down and 8. Hurst to throw over the middle, passes caught. BJ Atkins somehow in between 4 guys makes the catch, and a 1st down for PC.
BJ Atkins making a heck of a play there. Pressure is starting to get to Hurst, and he just stands there, delivers a laser to BJ Atkins, and BJ Atkins making a heck of an athletic play to go catch that ball, diving for it. And that's that strain I was talking about when the second half started. I want to see a little bit more strain from Presbyterian. There it is.
Zach Switzer gets the handoff. Oh, he's been very active today, running the football, catching the football. He gains 7. He's down to the 30. As we approach 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Furman has never trailed in this game. PC chipping away at the lead, drive by drive, especially here in the third quarter. Hurst to the left side, passes caught. Dominic Kibbe, the first time we've called his name today, Cole. All-time career touchdown reception leader in PC history. Makes his first catch of the day, and he has a first down.
Yeah, he's been pretty much tucked away the whole game. In the replay here, you're going to see him just run an out route. And then, I mean, he hasn't been called all game. Just hasn't done a lot. You know, looks like Hurst hasn't really looked his way.
Officials timeout to fix the line and gate equipment. We got a break in the chain.
And we get a timeout of the field. 1:23 to go in the third quarter. It's Furman at home leading Presbyterian 31-21. Back after this on ESPN+. We'll call the officials' timeout was taken because the chain gang, the guys in charge of the chains, got their chains tangled up, and they couldn't set their chains the way they're supposed to. Now they're untangled, and now we're ready to go. First and 10, PC. Handoff, Antonio Wright. Across the 20, moves tacklers forward, and he's inside the 20 to the 19.
Presbyterian just running counter once again, getting some pretty good yards out of that. About 4 yards.
Big down here, 3rd down and 7. Wright is the running back next to Hurst. He's going to throw. Hurst to the end zone. Pass incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Nathan Levicki. Thrown into double coverage, incomplete. And the kicking unit will come onto the field, we think, here for PC.
Yeah, right there. I don't know necessarily. I know where he wanted to throw it at, but just when you have 2 Paladin defenders coming in, it's not a good situation. So the best thing to do is just throw that ball as high as you can toward the out of bounds.
Correction, 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 6 officially. 3rd and 6. Hurst over the middle, pass is caught by the 3rd string tight end, Chris Vickerson. He makes the catch, and he has the first down.
Yep, so you're going to see some miscommunication that was in that last play. This guy's not where they need to be playing zone defense. Because right there, you can't give up a soft spot like that around the chains because you know that's what they're targeting to. They want to get that first down, so miscommunication leads to a first down.
Last play of the third quarter, Antonio Wright, he goes nowhere, and he is tackled. Joshua Stone King and others take him down. That's the last play of the third quarter. Things getting interesting here as we start the fourth quarter here in a moment. PC trying to make a comeback. Gavin Hall's done well for Furman today, 2 rushing touchdowns, and Furman leads it after 3, 31-21. Back in Greenville, we start the fourth quarter. 31-21, Furman in the lead. PC has the ball, 2nd down and goal to go from the 14. Hurst throws it into the end zone. Pass is overthrown and incomplete. Looking for B.J. Atkins, wide receiver number 6, and now it's 3rd down and goal from the 14.
Yep, so right there, Hurst had 2 options he could have went to. He had a receiver open for a curl route that he probably could have hit for maybe get a few yards and maybe turn something into a touchdown. And then also miscommunication between, looks like the safeties when it came to B.J. Atkins leaking open into the end zone, just an overthrow by Hurst. Big 3rd down.
3rd and goal from the 14. Here's Hurst being pressured, avoids a sack, rolling to the right, throws, and it's incomplete. Good coverage defensively by Furman. He was looking for his tight end, Nathan Levicki, and now Jet Jackson will come on for a field goal try to make it a 7-point game. So Jet Jackson, he's 1 for 1 in field goals this year. That field goal came last week against Mercer. 1 for 1 in that game, made it from 29 yards. This is a 31-yard attempt.
Chip shot, as they say.
It's up, and he missed it. Wide to the right. He hooked it, and he missed it. And a big-time stop for the Furman defense.
Does that count as a jinx on my end for saying that should be a chip shot?
It might.
Oh, my goodness. I got to stop, man. I got to stop. I did it to Trey Hedden, and now I'm doing it to the kicker for Presbyterian. I got to stop. Oh, man. Well, hey, the Paladins needed that. It sucks for Presbyterian because they had a lot of that momentum. They were driving on throughout this quarter, really this series. They've just been driving down the Paladins. And then you have an opportunity to get 3 points on the board, and then you just hook it.
Hold was good. Kick was not good.
And that's 3 points they're going to really want to have back that they weren't able to get.
Could have made it a one-score game. Instead, Furman takes the ball over back on offense. Jaquan Smith. Correction, C.J. Nettles, number 26, C.J. Nettles gets the carry. Gains about 6 yards.
And, Brock, when you have moments like that, when you have a lot of momentum and you're expecting to score some points and then things go awry, it takes a lot of that air out of your defense because they're expecting you to help the team out, get some points, and when it doesn't happen, it just kills a lot of momentum. And now Furman has a chance to take that momentum back and turn this drive into points.
Back-to-back running plays here by Furman. So do you expect to see Furman try and run some clock? Up 2 scores, 31-21 here, early fourth.
Oh, yeah. You want to kill the clock as much as possible here. As we mentioned, throughout the game, that time of possession is a crucial aspect for who's going to win this football game. And right now, Furman's been controlling it, but they got to continue to run the football. They're going to go in a little bit of an I formation here.
Jaquan Smith back in the game. Penalty flag comes in. Looks like he has a first down, but this might be coming back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold. It looks like it's probably going to be on the center, Chris Luna.
Holding, 72 the offense. 10-yard previous spot, 3rd down.
Holding on Furman.
Yeah, so right here, Chris Luna takes a bad angle on the outside run play. Instead of trying to open his hips up and aim for that outside shoulder for that defensive lineman, he goes straight into the inside shoulder, which puts him at a bad angle, where he's forced to hold. And then where you would have had a first down, you're staring at now 3rd and 11.
They'll officially call it 3rd down and 12. Hedden to throw, 3rd and long, and just throws it into the ground. Receiver was there. C.J. Nettles out of the backfield, incomplete. And Presbyterian gets a stop on D.
Yeah, Paladins tried to run another wide receiver screen, just nothing there. And Trey Hedden making the smart move, just throw the ball into the ground. You can't force another play like that. As we saw earlier in the game, that's how that first interception happened. Held the ball way too long, and it gave the defensive line enough time to retrace their steps. And the ball got tipped, led to an interception there. Just throw the ball into the ground, live to fight another series.
Daryl Harper back to receive the punt here for PC. Ian Williams, he will boot it away. Big booming kick. Harper has it at the 27. Angles to the boundary and pushed out of bounds. And we get a timeout of the field. 13:04 to go in the game. Furman up 10 points, 31-21 over PC. Back after this on ESPN+.
The 5-yard penalty, back on to the dead ball spot, first down.
Back in Greenville. PC gets the football back, down 10, getting a stop on defense on the previous Furman possession. 1st and 10. And its own 45. Here's Hurst. He throws left side. Pass is caught wide open. Sincere Gill. And Gill inside the 30 down to the 25. Big pass completion there and a first down.
And Brock, sometimes the big thing that happens when you're running a match defense, if you're not communicating properly, it's going to leave guys wide open. So somebody should have been there in that zone to cover in that Sincere Gill and at least catch him where he was at, or either force an incompletion.
Gain of about 20 yards. 1st and 10. New set of downs here. Zach Switzer zigzagging his way across the line of scrimmage inside the 20. He's down to the 16.
Yeah, really good job just making a few guys miss. Finding ways to stay vertical. 1, 2, 3. 3 guys have a chance to make a play on the ball carry, and just a lot of misses.
And Coach Engelhardt said Switzer, he was a slot receiver in high school. He went to Memphis initially for school, transferred to PC. Says he's one of the more well-rounded backs he has on this team. Quick throw, pass to the left side. Levicki, the tight end, he is close to the first down marker, and they say he has it, I believe. Yes, he does, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, as you can see, another momentum swing. I mean, Furman doesn't do anything with it, and Presbyterian finds ways to just get the ball down the field. I mean, they've been playing some really good football in this second half. I've been very impressed with the Blue Hose.
New set of downs for the Blue Hose. 1st and 10. Here is Switzer picking a hole to go through up the middle. Gains a few. He's down to the 12. Joshua Stone King making the tackle initially for Furman. Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. We're inside 11 minutes to go. Presbyterian, it's trailed the entire game, trying to chip away the lead some more against Furman. Here's Hirsch over the middle. Pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Furman again. The 3rd interception today by the Paladins is Talon Blaylock. He had a pick 6 last week against William & Mary. It's a huge interception right there for Furman's defense.
And that was just a heck of a read. I mean, just saw it the whole way. And Brock, I had a feeling just the way that Presbyterian plays on offense, there was going to be one ball that was going to be thrown over the middle that was going to lead to an interception, and that was the one.
Talon Blaylock, his 2nd interception of the season, his 2nd interception in as many weeks. The big pick 6 against William & Mary last week. Huge interception there. 3rd interception today by the Paladin defense. 2 by Billy Lewis and 1 by Talon Blaylock.
Expect the run game to pick up a little bit more.
2-score game. Approaching 10.5 minutes remaining in the game. Hedden's going to throw on 1st down. He throws, pass is juggled, incomplete. Looking for Joshua Burrell. Does that surprise you? He threw on 1st down, trying to milk the clock here a little bit?
I'm a little split on it. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm a little surprised they would, because I at least would want to run the football, get the clock moving first instead of throwing the football. But I understand the thought. I mean, the run game hasn't necessarily picked up in this second half, or really get things going, so I get it. Because when you have things like that, it makes you not want to run the football.
Quick handoff, short gain by C.J. Nettles. 5'8", 185, and a freshman. Went to Pensacola Catholic High School. Good addition to the team this year.
Yeah, and honestly, I got to give credit where it's due. I mean, Presbyterian's been making a lot of plays coming from the backside of a lot of these runs. So, somebody's missing their blocks on the outside. And I know Coach Hendricks and Coach Roper, they're going to be in their ear when that film session happens tomorrow.
5 wide receivers for Hedden to work with. Wobbly throw, pass is caught on the far side. Devin Esther Jr. gets out of bounds, and he has a reception here for Furman. but it's shy of the first down marker, and it's now 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to punt it here, and you don't want to keep putting your defense in these situations where you have them on the field so often, because that's how you get tired, and that's how big plays end up happening. Outside of execution on the offensive side, you start wearing out a defense enough, you're going to create opportunities.
False start, it looks like, on Furman.
False start. Number 18 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
See the flinch at the bottom of your screen. So instead of 4th and 3, it's now 4th and 8. Kick by Williams off the side of his foot, it looks like, and out of bounds. Where did they mark it out? It'll be pretty good field position here for PC. When we come back, timeout of the field, 8:55 to go in the game. Furman by 10, 31-21 on ESPN+. Back in Greenville out of the timeout, 8:55 to go in the game. Furman leads Presbyterian 31-21, 1st and 10 for the Blue Hose. Here's Hurst, quickly throws, passes caught by Zach Switzer out of the backfield. He gets the first down and pulled down by his jersey from behind. A gain of 15, first down, PC.
Yeah, so right there, Paladins try to run a fire zone, meaning they're going to bring a lot of those backers where they're going to drop somebody out in the coverage, and they just don't do a good job of getting back to Switzer. I mean, he just does a fantastic job of finding ways to get open, and right now it feels like you're seeing the Presbyterian offense out-physical the Paladin defense.
Here comes some pressure, and Hurst had to get rid of it. Incomplete. There was a man in the vicinity. It was Antonio Wright near the football. Big-time pressure put up by the Furman defensive line. Hurst with a quarterback hurry, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, maybe somebody might be tuned in when I said that the Presbyterian offense has been a little bit more physical. But, I mean, at different times you'll see, if you're paying attention to any of the receivers, a lot of the skilled players, you'll see that they've been winning on a lot of these run blocks, or really a lot of these blocks in general, and that's been causing a lot of havoc for the Paladin defense. You just feel like they're not being physical enough at times.
2nd and 10, pass is caught somehow. Dominic Kibbe, and he dives, and he has the first down, his 2nd reception of the day. He's been a little quiet until the 4th quarter here. Enough to move the sticks.
Well, sometimes you got to bring out your secret weapon when you need them. So right here, just really a curl route.
How did he catch that?
And he just made a great catch. I mean, I don't know why the defensive back, he just didn't turn his head around and try to make a play on the ball, because that's an easy PBU that could happen.
4 receivers for Hurst to work with. New set of downs, 1st and 10. Here comes the pressure. He gets out of it across the 30, inside the 20, inside the 15, slides inside the 10. Huge run by quarterback Colin Hurst, and his first down at the 12-yard line, they say, is where he gave himself up. He's down to the 12. It's 1st and 10.
So the Paladins actually do a solid job up front. They collapse the pocket into Colin Hurst, but Colin Hurst pulls out his best impression of really Tyler Huff. Gets out of a probable sack and gets a huge gain of first down and slides to be in the low red zone area. Great play by the quarterback, Colin Hurst.
2-score game. Presbyterian trying to chip away at the lead some more. It has trailed the entire way. 1st and 10 at the 12, Antonio Wright. And he gains a few yards inside the 10. He's down to the 8. Inside 7 minutes to go. 31-21 Furman here in the 4th.
Lightning is the area under 10. At this time, the game is postponed until it clears.
And I think we have a weather delay with 6:45 to go in the game. Lightning in the Greenville area, and the game is going to be on pause right now. Lightning in the area. 6:45 to go in the game, and Furman leads by 10. And you talk about a momentum killer for both teams.
Yeah.
Mother Nature stepping in and interrupting plans.
Yep, I mean, and Brock, whoever comes out of this lighting delay locked in and focused and ready to go will end up winning this football game. I mean, Presbyterian's already within striking distance. I mean, they come out here juiced up, ready to go, locked in, dialed in, however you want to phrase it. You know, they're going to give the Paladins a heck, of a game when they come back out of this. But if Furman comes out here and they're locked in, they're ready to go, best believe that this game will continue to swing in their favor. But right now, I think Presbyterian has all the momentum, and right now it's definitely been killed, but it'll be interesting to see what happens when they come back.
Weather delay here in Greenville. 6:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Furman 31, Presbyterian 21 on ESPN+. Back in Greenville after the weather delay. Here's how we got here. We're going to see a touchdown run here by Gavin Hall for Furman. For Presbyterian, Colin Hurst finds Sincere Gill in the end zone. A touchdown for Presbyterian. Also for Furman, Gavin Hall, his second rushing touchdown of the day. And Trey Hedden will find Jakeith Hamilton in the end zone. A touchdown for Furman. Jaquan Smith running in the end zone as well for Furman, and for Presbyterian, a touchdown pass from Colin Hurst to Zach Switzer. And we are at 31-21. After a 1 hour, 42-minute weather delay, we are now resuming play. 6:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 31-21 Furman. Second down and 6 here for Presbyterian. In Furman territory, there's a pass, and it's incomplete, and it brings up third down.
Yeah, right there. So great coverage by the Paladins. They're going to be in man defense. And just, again, great job getting a hand in where the pass could have been caught. Now you're staring at a third and manageable and looking at obvious passing downs. But we saw before the weather delay that they will run the football with Switzer now that he's back, he's in the game and in the backfield.
Must reach the 2-yard line for the first down to continue this drive here for PC. Hurst to throw, and stumbling and falling down was Nathan Levicki, the tight end. It's incomplete, but a penalty flag flies in, and this might be a penalty on Furman.
I don't think so.
Ooh. Pass interference on the offense. OPI instead of DPI. Pass interference on Presbyterian, and it brings up fourth down.
Yep, so similar to what happened earlier in the game, you're going to see one of the receivers look like he's trying to run a route, but he's really throwing the block in to kind of pick off the Paladin defenders from getting over to the flat area where their tight end was wide open. So you can't keep doing you can't have those type of plays and those type of penalties. It takes away a lot of momentum. Fortunately for the Paladins, that flag was thrown, but still there was a slip up by the tight end, so it wouldn't have even mattered. But fourth down, field goal situation.
25-yard field goal try by Jet Jackson. It's up, and the kick is good to make it a one-score game. 6:25 to go in the game. The lead is 7. It's Furman 31 and Presbyterian 24. We're back after this here on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, here's a look at Presbyterian making some big-time plays here on defense. Here today, an interception by one of the nose guards of the team for Presbyterian. Another interception brought down in the air from Presbyterian. That's our Upstate Spine and Sport adjustment of the game. And how about the plays made by the PCD to keep this team in it?
Yeah, I mean, talk about a team that's really stepped up in the second half and just took it to Furman. Similar to what they did to Mercer, they prohibited Mercer from getting anything going. And now you see Furman trying to get something back going on offense. Momentum still, I believe, on the PC side, but having that,
another scuffle, penalty flag comes flying in. We've seen some chippiness here today between the two teams, a little intra-state rivalry game. Presbyterian located in Clinton, South Carolina, not too far from here in Greenville.
After the play, there's offsetting personal fouls against both teams. We'll offset and play from the 25.
So personal fouls on each team. They offset. So two guys getting tangled up, wrestling each other to the ground, and
yeah, just brother-in-law, and that's it. I'm crazy.
So Furman has the football, up a touchdown, 31-24, 6:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Head in the quarterback on 1st and 10. Handoff, and a gain of 4 to the 29-yard line, brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, so right now Furman's going to be in a little bit of a 4-minute mindset. They want to take as much time off the clock. If they can continue to move the chains, they can find a way to score. That's great. But with this time ticking down, we're already under 6 minutes. You want to force Presbyterian to start burning those timeouts later down the stretch and find ways to get points on the board and keep the ball game out of reach.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining, plus the 2-minute timeout. 2nd down and 6. Little toss play. C.J. Nettles across the 30, up to the 31. Brings up 3rd down and manageable here for Furman. Under 5.5 minutes to go.
So, Brock, what I'm a little bit surprised that I haven't seen yet in this ball game, we've seen a lot of screens, but it's been to the wide receivers. We haven't seen like a traditional, halfback screen where they're just releasing a running back and 3 offensive linemen out to the flat area and just sending them down the field and make some blocks. I'm a little bit shocked they haven't used that. Just given the pressure that's been coming in on these run stunts, I would have taken advantage of that somehow, some shape or form.
A fumble on the play, and it's picked up by Presbyterian. Inside the 15-yard line. A huge turnover on Furman, and picking it up is Carter Sidlowski. He picks up the fumble, and PC is in business now. 1st and 10 inside the 15.
And right here, you're just going to see it. So low snap throws it off, throws everything off timing-wise, and the running back, he just can't get a hold of it. Sometimes when you're trying to do a little bit too much, it bites you, and that's one of those instances where it does.
Presbyterian now a chance to tie this game on this ensuing possession, forcing a fumble. It has forced multiple turnovers today by Furman, and both head coaches said the key today would be to win the turnover battle. So far, that's been won by PC, but it's still down 7, 31-24, 1st and 10. Hurst to the end zone pass is it caught by Atkins? They say yes! Wow. Touchdown, Presbyterian. B.J. Atkins hauls it in, his first touchdown grab of the year.
B.J. Atkins, but Colin Hurst, what a dot to him.
It looked like it might have been barely deflected by the defensive back into the hands of Atkins.
Look at that beauty of a ball.
It was
deflected right into his hands.
My goodness.
That's a bad stroke of luck right there for the Paladins.
Jet Jackson on for the extra point. He can tie the game here on the PAT.
Talk about a way to claw back into this game. At one point, the score was 28-7. Now we're staring at a 31-30 ball game.
It is good, and we are tied at 31 apiece. What a comeback here by Presbyterian. Like you said, partner, it was a 3-touchdown game, 28-7. Now it's 31 all. here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Presbyterian did not go away. They didn't fold under. They just kept finding ways to stick in this ball game. Now, some of this was self-inflicted by the Paladins, but at the same time, you still got to find ways to score points, and Presbyterian has found ways to do that. Now, momentum fully on their side. Everything has shifted to the Blue Hose side momentum-wise. You got to see if the Furman offense can generate some type of movement, something to where they can take that momentum back.
Passing yards about even. Presbyterian way more rushing yards. You see the turnovers by Furman, and Presbyterian has capitalized, and look at the time of possession, pretty even as well.
Yeah, they've been creeping up on them, so this is going to be an interesting series for sure.
The scoreboard, Cole, is out here at the stadium. The scoreboard is, the lights are out. Our score bug on the screen, at the bottom of the screen on the monitor, is good, but the scoreboard is out of lights.
38 seconds is the time on the game clock. The clock will be kept on the field.
So they're going to keep the clock on the field with the officials. Luckily, we still have our score bug and clock for the viewers to look at, but now they're turning on the scoreboard. Now it looks to be okay. Mother Nature today's goal is acting weird.
Well, yeah, started down there in Georgia, creeped up this way to the Clemson and Troy game, and we got that bad weather and hit us here in Greenville, South Carolina, between the Paladins and the Blue Hose. So thankfully it's past us, and it looks like it's continuing to head up north.
Here's Jet Jackson with the run up in the boot. This is returnable for Furman. Devin Esther Jr. breaking tackles, angling to the outside across the 30 to the 31. So PC, Cole, with all this momentum, it comes back to tie the game. Now Furman has to do something here. Tie game, 4:31 to go in the fourth quarter. What kind of a mindset does Furman need to have right now?
Well, one, you got to get the clock going, but you know that PC, they're going to be bringing a lot of run stunts, bringing all types of guys coming in the gaps. So you got to take advantage of that. This will be a great time. If you have an RPO that you could use, I'd use it right here, because you can already see them. They're starting to crowd the box because they know Furman wants to run the football.
1st and 10, Hedden slings it. Pass caught by Kerry King. Well, he's had a good game today. He's made a lot of great catches, moving the ball up the field. Gain of a few yards, brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, and you can tell that was already where Hedden needed to go for that play. But on the other side of the field, they had a little bit of a flood concept. So there's 3 guys already open on the right side that Trey Hedden, the play wasn't designed to go over there.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Hedden, the pump fake, backpedaling, throwing to the sideline, and that's broken up and incomplete. Broken up by Alex Ward, the safety. He's made a couple of good plays here today. Now a big 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, that was a really good pass breakup by the defender, and a really good job, too, by the receiver, pointing out that it was about to be a corner blitz. That way Trey Hedden's aware and he doesn't get smacked at without knowing that pressure's on him.
3rd down and 3.
They're getting ready to bring some more pressure.
The play fake by Hedden. Throws, passes caught. Joshua Burrell, but he's tackled short of the line to gain. He's 2 yards shy. He's taken down by that same man again, Alex Ward, the safety. And it brings up 4th down and short.
And you got to punt it. You got to punt it here.
Alex Ward for the tackle.
So Ward again going low and taking down Joshua Burrell about 2 yards shy of the 1st down marker. Now 4th and 2. Ian Williams back to punt here for Furman. And Dariel Harper, the dangerous Dariel Harper, standing at his own 15.
False start.
False start. 14 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Instead of 4th and 2, now 4th and 7.
In real time, we've really watched this Paladin team choke away a lead that they had They had this game 28-7, Brock, and just let Presbyterian back into it. It is, wow. I mean, kudos to the Blue Hose. They found ways to fight, and they have done that throughout this game, and they have a chance to take the lead, something they haven't been able to do at all this game.
Harper catches it at the 25, burst of speed, and good tackling on special teams here by Furman. Tackle by Jordan Burrell on special teams. Exactly 3 minutes to go in the game, tied at 31 apiece. Here comes Presbyterian. Had a big road win last week, winning over 11th ranked Mercer 15-10. First win over a top 15 opponent on the road for PC since its Division I history began in 2007. Looking for another big win on the road here tonight. Zach Switzer trying to poke his way through the line of scrimmage, and he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. It's no gain.
Right here, like I said, you want to keep the clock running because right now the clock is on Presbyterian's side. The game's already tied. You can take control of this game. Let the clock run the football, and I wouldn't be surprised here if we see some RPO action just to get this into a third and manageable situation because at times they've had their way with this Paladin defense, finding those holes in the zones.
Switzer again, trying to turn the corner. He has the first down near midfield, and he's forced out of bounds right at the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. They'll move the chains, 2:20 to go.
And all this was inside zone, but Switzer just bounced it outside because there's no one there to control it, and he just breaks out a huge run.
New set of downs for PC, 1st and 10. Switzer again, going to the right side, inside the 50, inside Furman territory, goes down at the 47, and we have reached the 2-minute timeout. Officially 1:58 to go in the game. Furman and Presbyterian tied at 31. We're back after this here on ESPN+. Back in Greenville, under 2 minutes to go, tied at 31. Presbyterian first down. Second down and 7. Here's a handoff and a gain of a couple of yards to the 45. Boy, Zach Switzer has been very active here, especially in the second half. Coach Steve Englehart says he's just a really well-rounded running back. He can pass protect, catch the ball, run the ball. He's been very active here in this game, especially since halftime. Now big down here for both teams. 3rd down and 6 at the Furman 46.
You can see you're probably playing a lot of man defense here. Now they're playing some zone.
Hurst over the middle. Pass is caught. Zach Switzer again. And he is a yard shy of the first down marker. Forward progress to the 41. Now 4th down and 1. Got to go for it here, right?
Yeah, it looks like that's what they want to do here.
So 4th down and 1. Will PC get the first down, or will the Furman defense stop this PC offense? 4th and 1. Plenty of time at the play clock. It's 15. Possibly call a timeout here. Take a delay of game.
They're bringing out their special teams unit.
So the punter is going to come out instead.
If I'm the Paladins, I'm thinking about punt safe here because we've seen Presbyterian can steal possession on special teams. They've run some fake punts in the past. They've done it last week against Mercer. My eyes would be keyed on that at this moment. Expect a fake punt.
Set the game clock to 27 seconds. The clocks will start on my signal. I got a lane, you got a lane, boss.
Ethan Cartmill is the punter. And we'll see if they're going to fake it or not. Looks like they won't because they just took a 5-yard penalty. So now it's 4th and 6. Play clock at 6.
Oh, they're going to take this to overtime.
Game clock at 2 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds after the stoppage because of the delay of game again. And it looks like they will indeed play for overtime. So 2 seconds now to go in the 4th quarter. Overtime looming. After PC took a timeout. Nope.
This penalty subject to a 10-second subtraction. Therefore, regulation is over. We'll proceed to
delay a game, 10-second runoff. That means 2 seconds go off. We're at zeros, and we go to overtime, partner. 31-31 tie. Wow, PC with all kinds of momentum here going into overtime.
Yeah, I mean, they had it, and honestly, Brock, I'm a little shocked. They didn't try to want to go for it on that 4th and short, but they're already on the Paladin side of the field. You got 2 timeouts, so if they really wanted to think about it, they could have, but their thought process was already made up. They want to play for overtime, give themselves a little bit more time to get things together and not feel like, you know, they could make a mistake and cost them the game. So here we are, and this is going to be interesting because, like you mentioned, momentum's on Presbyterian side. Can Furman get some of that back?
And you see the overtime rules. Coin toss. Winner decides either offense, defense, or into the field. Each team gets a possession from the opponent's 25-yard line. For the first 2 overtimes, you have to attempt a 2-point conversion after a TD, starting with the second overtime. And then if it goes to a 3rd overtime or beyond, alternating 2-point conversions starting with the 3rd overtime. I like these rules because back in the day, Cole, sometimes these games could go to 7 or 8 overtimes just based on getting field goals, getting touchdowns. They had the rule we had to go for 2 after the 3rd overtime, or starting with the 3rd overtime. But I like the rules now. Now it gets things really exciting for overtime, especially starting with a 3rd overtime if we get there.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me back to, I want to say, 2018 maybe, when LSU and Texas A&M were battling out, and I think the final score was like 73-79 or something like that, and it was just overtime after overtime after overtime. It was such a fun game to watch.
The Virginia Tech played at a game in 2019 at home, and that went, I think, 6 overtimes. So it was a long game, but exciting. If you're Furman, how do you get the momentum back?
Well, it depends on who gets the ball to start off. If Furman gets the ball, then you got to find ways to get the ball down the field. You got to find ways to get first downs. You got to be a lot more physical than you've been in this second half. You really got to revert a little bit to the Furman that you were in the first quarter, not the one that you've been in the last 2.5 quarters. You got to find that team again and become that dominant up front. And if you're Presbyterian, you just got to keep doing what you've been doing as of late. Keep putting pressure on the quarterback, take away the run, and just make plays. Simple.
There's Clay Hendricks, a man that's been true to his school, played at Furman, former assistant coach at Furman for 20 years. Then he went to the Air Force Academy, an assistant coach there, now coaching at his alma mater, year number 9. His first year here, Cole, 2017, he was named the SoCon Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, that's when I was a part of his inaugural class when he became the head coach and got to learn underneath him. And
so because of you, he was named Coach of the Year, right?
Well, I wouldn't say it was because
you
of
and
me.
Your teammates.
Yeah, well, I can't even claim that. I mean, we had a lot of great players that I was, really fortunate to play with. I mean, Matthew Schmidt, who was, years older than me. I got to learn from him, and being around Terrell Bush and a lot of those guys. That offensive line unit was always fun to be around. And, of course, a lot of great skilled players, P.J. Blazejowski. There's a lot of credit that goes to the other guys outside of me. I feel like I'm a small part of the success Coach Hendricks has had here.
So the captains meet at midfield for the coin toss to determine who gets the ball first in this overtime session. So we played up until the 6:45 mark of the fourth quarter. Weather delay lasting 1 hour, 42 minutes. We resumed play. PC getting 2 scores to tie the game, 31-31 apiece. We go to overtime. And we're getting set here for the first overtime of the game. And this has taken a while to get this sorted out here.
All right.
Presbyterian won the toss and elected to go on defense first. Be Furman's ball, first down.
So Presbyterian wins the toss. It elects to go on defense first. So Furman will have the football first. And if you want to explain to the viewers why it's beneficial for the team to be on offense, for the team to be on defense first, why that's an advantage for them.
Sure, you want to be on defense first because it gives you an idea. Let's say if Furman does score a touchdown here, you know what you need in order for you to tie the game and keep the game going. If they kick a field goal here, you know that, hey, we need to score at least a field goal to keep the game going. A touchdown wins us the game. But if you make a stop here or you create a turnover, then all you know is as a team, hey, we just need to get a field goal and we win this thing. So you want to always defer. You want to be on defense first in the overtime in college football.
Here we go. Overtime underway here, tied at 31 apiece in the first overtime. Heading to throw into the end zone, pass overthrown, incomplete. Looking for Devin Esther Jr., double covered by Caleb Francis and Will Farrell. Brings up second down and 10.
And really, Trey Hedden had him there. Just take a little bit of air off of that pass, and I think he hits Devin Hester in stride.
Second and 10.
Second down and 10. Here for Furman. Handoff, Jaquan Smith inside the 20. Forward progress to the 19. Now brings up a critical third down and 4.
As we look at the replay here, it's going to go again with an inside run. And really, he got stoned for a second, too, by the Presbyterian defensive unit. You want to see, sometimes the offensive line, they see a guy get stoned, get behind him, create a pile, and push it forward, get some extra yards that way.
Third down and 4. Hedden throws, pass is caught. Devin Esther Jr., and he has the first down, and they'll move the chains. First down now at the 13.
That's a great play call here. You don't need anything too flashy, nothing too crazy. It's Devin Hester. He's just going to run a hook and then just bites to continue to get a little extra yards after the catch. Paladins already now in low red zone area.
New set of downs for the Paladins. First and 10. At the PC 13, here's Jaquan Smith, tackled for a loss in the play. Taken down by Christian Ohagwu, the defensive tackle. Tackle for a loss in the play.
So, yeah, they're going to go into pistol formation and run in the outside zone. And the thing, what's going on is no one's there to pick up the linebackers that are blitzing. So Chris Luna's already in a crazy, scenario where he doesn't know if he can pick up the linebacker and then you have a head-up nose. It's hard to shoot your head across that, but you got the guard. You got to trust that your left guard's going to pick that up.
Handoff up the middle, Jaquan Smith breaking tackles, moving the pile forward inside the 5. And he's down at about the 2-yard line. He gets the first down. It'll be first down and goal to go. Tied at 31, first overtime session.
Yeah, so here we go again. Just another inside run. And he just fights his way to get to that 2-yard line. If any time for that run game to finally get going for the Paladins, it's been at this moment. So far, 2 great runs already in this overtime period.
First and goal from the 2. Hedden turns. Jaquan Smith into the end zone. Touchdown, Furman. Jaquan Smith, his second rushing touchdown of the day, second rushing touchdown of the season. And Furman is up 6 in the first OT.
Yeah, great push up front. Clears the way for the running back. And then, hey, if there's some bodies in the way, run them over and find a way into the end zone. Great play call, great run, and great hustle by the Paladins.
Ian Williams on for the PAT. The reigning National FCS Special Teams Player of the Week. Virtually automatic on PATs all his entire career, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Furman up by a score of 38 to 31.
And now we got to see what Presbyterian has cooked up.
So now the next part of the overtime session, it is Presbyterian ball. It needs at least a touchdown and an extra point to extend the game. If PC should do that, then we go to a second overtime session.
I wish PC will have the ball to start off in the second overtime session, and Furman will get the ball after, depending on what happens.
I remember you played in a big overtime game here during the COVID year, spring 21, Sanford. You guys won that one in overtime.
Oh, man, that was a I believe it was a tunnel screen to Ryan Miller, who's now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
First and 10, Hurst. He will throw. Little wobbly pass, wide open, Dominic Kibbe. And he has the first down inside the 5, and he's out of bounds at the 3. Dominic Kibbe, his third catch of the day. And just like that, it's first down and goal to go for the Blue Hose.
Yeah, and that's not a good job by the Paladin defenders. Obviously, letting the guy get loose on a crosser route here. No one is there. When you're playing that match coverage, someone has to have eyes on who's where. You can't let defenders get past you, because that's how big plays happen like that when you're playing match coverage.
First down, goal to go for the Blue Hose at the 3-yard line. Blue Hose trying to tie up the game here at the end of the first overtime. Hurst, the pump fake, the throw into the end zone. Pass caught, touchdown. PC, Nathan Levicki makes the catch, but a penalty flag is on the play.
There is no foul for illegal formation. The formation was legal. Result is a touchdown.
So the flag is picked up, nullified. No illegal formation on the play. Touchdown is good. Colin Hurst finds the tight end, Nathan Levicki.
That's a great play call. I mean, you have one guy defending him, but you need somebody else out there playing in that part of the field.
This is the only timeout of this extra period. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
So timeout, I believe, taken by Presbyterian. They might be going for 2 here in the win.
Hey, they feel like they got it. They got the momentum on their side. Go for it. I mean, might as well. I mean, you've been taking it to this Paladin team really ever since about, halfway through the second quarter? And if you feel like you got it, you got the right play call, by all means, go for it. I don't think anybody on Presbyterian's sideline does not think that they should just kick the extra point and play for a second overtime. I think they believe they can go ahead and get the win here.
So if PC goes for 2 in the win, either way, this is the game right here, this play.
This is the game.
If you're Furman, what do you look out for?
Oh, there's a lot to look out for, Brock. I mean, talking about Switzer, who's like a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. And then you got to really look out for Kibbe, who's a threat. I mean, you got BJ that's out there as well. I mean, there's so many things they have to watch out for. If anything, they got to get pressure on the quarterback. They got to flush him out the pocket. Furman has not had a sack all game. This could be the time where you need your pass rushers to finally step up.
This is the game right here as PC is going for 2 in the win here at the end of the first overtime. 38-37, Furman in the lead. 2-point conversion here And now a timeout taken by Furman to try and get a look at what PC is doing. Now Furman will take a timeout. Now does that change the strategy for PC? It may go for one now. You never know.
I mean, it could. I mean, you could have spooked them, but I don't know. I don't think they spooked them. I think they still feel pretty confident about going for two. It's just now that, you call this timeout, for, when you're Furman, you got to regroup a little bit and say, all right, this is what we need to look out for. This is who's out there. This is the personnel. Hey, we need to find a way to just knock a ball down. Don't worry about trying to play for the interception. Generate some pressure up front. If he gets the ball off, we have to be there. Eyes in gaps, be in the right zones, and just do what you've been coached to do all week in practice.
Furman was up big in the second half, 28-7. Presbyterian eventually would come back, tie the game at 31, send it to overtime, and the PC offense onto the field again. They're going for two and the win. This is the game right here on this play.
If I'm Furman, I'd be worried about that field side because it could be a slant or it could be a fade.
Going for the two-point conversion and the win. Hurst to throw into the end zone. Pass is a diving catch made by Levicki, the tight end, and it's a two-point conversion, and PC wins.
Wow. What a game.
Two monster road wins in a row to begin the season for the Blue Hose. The win at Mercer last week, and now today getting the two-point conversion in overtime to beat Furman.
Wow. What a football game, and you can see it, just that whole Paladin sideline, they're just stunned. What's going on here?
The ruling on the field is a catch with firm control and a touchdown. The previous plays that are further reviewed.
So they go to the replay booth to make sure it was a catch. It looked like it in real time. We'll get a look at it on the replay. A diving catch made by the tight end, Nathan Levicki. A two-point conversion if it stands.
Ooh, I think that's good. That's a catch.
That's a catch. That should be a catch.
Yeah, this should be a quick one. Either way, Brock, what a game from Presbyterian. I mean, real road warriors, didn't give up, looked at adversity in the face, and just found a way to claw back and win this football game. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. Presbyterian is such a real deal team. They found a way, and they got it done.
So the replay officials in the booth checking, confirming just to make sure. If anything, I don't see anything to overturn the call on the field.
No, there's nothing to overturn it. That's a win for Presbyterian.
Hands underneath the ball, pulls it in. That looks like a catch.
That looks like a catch to me too. This game is over.
Well, the game is over either way, just depending on if this call is overturned or not.
Well, I think it's over in favor of Presbyterian. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. And Levicki was actually grabbed, and he was able to still get away and make that diving catch if it stands.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Ruling on the field is upheld and confirmed. Touched to make a two-point conversion try is good. Presbyterian wins it on the road after being down by 3 touchdowns, comes back to send it to overtime and wins it in overtime on a two-point conversion at the end. Wow.
What a ball game. I mean, you talk about the ultimate story of it. You're down 28-7, and then you find a way to win 39-38 in overtime. As Coach Hendricks would tell us, you got to give credit where credit is due. You got to give your hat to the team that came out there and played well. I mean, Brock, we talked about it before, when we went to that weather delay. Whoever comes back into this game ready to go, wired in, locked in, will win the ball game. And it was Presbyterian. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Presbyterian, the Blue Hose, what a win and what a game that you provided us here in Paladin Stadium.
With the win, Presbyterian goes to 2-0, and with a loss, Furman drops to 1-1. That's going to wrap things up for us here today from Furman. Final score again in overtime. Presbyterian 39 and Furman 38. From a broadcast partner, Cole Neely, and the rest of our great crew, Brock Bowling saying good night from Greenville. It's been a classic one today. Back and forth battle. Furman out of the SoCon. Presbyterian out of the Pioneer Football League. Back and forth battle. Won by the road team Presbyterian today, 39-38 in overtime. Good night from Greenville.